This is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. East Media Group Station. This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Taubert Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over. The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden, it's Boston Bruins hockey as tonight the Bruins continue a 3-game homestand, hoping to snap a 5-game losing streak as they host the Anaheim Ducks. Great to have you with us. I'm Ryan Johnston, joined tonight not by Bob Beers, but by former Bruin Ken Hodge Jr., who is filling in for Beersy, who's taking a couple games off for a family celebration this week. So we wish him well and look forward to having him back next week. But Hodgie, appreciate you being here tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Looking forward to getting the Bruins back on the winning track. They've lost 5 games in a row. Let's get it rolling in the right direction.
It's all on your shoulders tonight. So tonight's storylines are brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. Tuesday night's game saw the Bruins fall behind 2-0 to the Florida Panthers going into the third. They came back, tied the game, fell behind again 3-2, tied it again with a minute and a half to go with a goaltender pulled. But unfortunately, a fluky goal bounces off the post, off of Andrew Peeke, back into the net, cost them a chance to get into overtime. And afterward, a lot of frustration from Marco Sturm and company about missing a chance to secure at least a point in that game.
Again, RV, we looked at it, RV saw, I think, Pav going to the net. I mean, he tried. Even coming back, we still had numbers. I mean, we can talk about it all we want. End of the day, it was a bad bounce. It shouldn't happen. Probably will not happen again for Peaks.
And you know what, Ryan? They came back, but man, they all said how bad they played for the first 40 minutes of that hockey game. And us being here watching that game, they didn't really have that same jump. And it may confirm the whole thing with Marchand coming back for their first game in the Garden and all that hoopla that surrounded that game. But man, they played better in the third period, got the game tied, and unfortunately, when you're having a tough time in the season, those fluky goals happen, and that's exactly what happened to the Bruins. Andrew Peeke, what are you going to do? You can't draw up how that puck went in the net. His skate went in the back of the net. Swayman had no chance on that play. Tough break for the Bruins.
Well, talking about those first 2 periods, kind of one of the trends of this 5-game losing streak has been digging a hole that they can't get out of. They were down 4-1 to Tampa last week, ended up losing that game by a goal. They got down 6-3 to Vegas, came back and made that a 1-goal game, but again came up short. Sturm says that third period effort he's been seeing needs to come a little bit sooner.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the one thing about this group, I have to say, they do not quit. Would I like to see it earlier? Yes. Again, we maybe show them too much respect first. We know they're going to come out hard because they lost 4 in a row, and Marshy coming back. Right from the first face-off, they wanted a little bit more than us. And again, it just took us a little bit of time, but we came back. So that's a good sign. We have good people in our rock room. We just try to find everyone, we try to add pieces and get them on that bus, and we still need everyone. And right now there's still a few missing. So that's my job, and that's our job moving forward, to get everyone on board.
Yeah, you can't continue to rely on one line to get all those goals for you. You need that contribution from all 4 lines. And you can't continue to fall back behind on teams. The good teams are going to beat you in those occasions. And unfortunately for the Bruins, they've had that situation where good teams are beating them, getting out in the lead. They come back, they make it an interesting hockey game. But when you're playing from behind, that's always a losing brand of hockey. And unfortunately for the Bruins, that's what they're going through right now.
Yeah, and this team especially is not, we talk about it all the time. They're not really built to outscore their mistakes. They're not really built to be coming from 2 and 3 goals down night in and night out. After Tuesday's game, Marco Sturm called out a couple of mistakes by defenseman Mason Lohrei that led to Florida goals. Lohrei took responsibility, spoke about it yesterday, and said Tuesday was a good reminder for him that you can't ever let your guard down.
I mean, if anything, it's more teachable in the sense that, you can't take even a second off, half a second. In this league, you get humbled pretty fast. As just, kind of soft mistakes that you just can't afford to have because it'll end up killing you, which it did. So I think that's kind of the teaching point maybe he's referring to.
And hopefully he learns from those mistakes and he doesn't let that situation happen going forward. And that's what you're hoping for from a young player. Learn from your mistakes. Don't let it happen again. Don't let it become a habit. And that's exactly what I think he talked about right there in that little clip that we played. He doesn't want it to become a habit. He doesn't want it to continue to fall into his game. So hopefully, as I said, he learns from that mistake and he continues to grow from there.
What you also don't want to see, though, is it get into his head and then he starts gripping the stick too tight and, it leads to more mistakes.
Well, that's exactly it. And that's what happens when you're a young player, right? You make a mistake and all of a sudden you're thinking back, oh, shoot, I made that mistake before. Oh, my goodness, what am I going to do when it comes to that situation again? And hopefully, as I said, he learns from that mistake and he can build on that going forward.
Well, from an offensive standpoint, Bruins got a game-tying goal on Tuesday night from Morgan Geekie. That's his first point in 3 games. The top line has continued to struggle here over the last week and a half to find their groove 5-on-5, but Geekie says he feels like it's coming.
I mean, I wouldn't say we've been fighting it. I think we're not creating as much as we'd like to, and I think off the rush, especially last year, we got a lot of looks that way, and we're not 10 games in yet, and we're trying to figure things out, but it's one of those things where you spend all summer apart and you try to build off what you did last year, and I think we're starting to slowly get back to that. So I think today, we got some more looks against a good Florida team, and we'll just try to take that into the next game.
His line had a lot of opportunities in that game against Florida, especially in that third period. They created some opportunities for themselves. They were skating. They were getting guys open in the slot area. Lindholm got the tying goal. It made it 2-2 on a power play. That's all things that you got to kind of continue to build on as you go on. And, we talked about this before, how another guy maybe gripping the stick a little bit early on in the season, not scoring as he was last season. But it'll all come. I mean, it's early on in the year, and as he talked about, they've been apart from each other. Now they're going to start working with each other more and more, and hopefully that offensive side of the game comes for him.
Well, people need to remember, too, Geekie got off to a really slow start last year. He was a healthy scratch in the first few weeks of the season. It wasn't until about mid-November that he exploded and then ended up with 30-plus goals last year. So
once you score goals, you know how to score goals. It doesn't just go away. So hopefully for him, it'll come back.
Yeah, talking to Marco Sturm this morning, he said, you go as a player, sometimes you just get that one to go in, and suddenly they all start going in. And so we'll see if that happens tonight for Geekie. Some lineup notes for the Bruins tonight. Marco Sturm's going to move Jeffrey Viel up to the third line this evening, joining Fraser Minton and Tanner Jeannot. Mikey Asimon is going to join Sean Corrali and Mark Kastelik on the de facto fourth line. Also, defenseman Jordan Harris suffering a lower body injury on Tuesday. He was placed on IR by the team yesterday, so they've called up Michael Callahan from Providence, and it doesn't look like they're going to have Hampus Lindholm again tonight. Lindholm's missed 5 of the last 6 games with that lower body injury and does not appear to be taking warm-ups here this evening. All right, coming up on the pregame show, let's get a look at what's on deck. Brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We'll go around the NHL, including Mike Sullivan and the Rangers, trying to figure things out at home.
Is this the biggest game of the year? And my answer to that one always has been, yeah, it is, until the next one. Yeah, we want to establish ourselves at home.
I'll chat with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm.
A lot of skill, a lot of speed. They like to be on offense, so we want to play in there as much as we can.
And up next, we'll preview tonight's opponent, the Anaheim Ducks, here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey, Rhode Island. Keep it real with the Ballybet Casino app. You can play with real dealers plus win real cash. It's got hundreds of slots you can play on your phone when you're out on the go or hanging at home. Just download the app. If you're 21, tap the Ballybet tile and fire up the fun. Play blackjack, baccarat, even roulette. Real dealers, real money, real fun. Ballybet. Must be 21 plus, Rhode Island only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-9-GAMBLE. Ballybet Casino.
Download it.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger, Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's time to start a healthy relationship with your money. With Navigant Credit Union, there are no hidden fees, great interest rates, and support that puts you first. Make the switch today. Navigant Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA.
The pumpkin spice latte is back at Starbucks. Crafted with our signature espresso and real pumpkin sauce. Then topped with whipped cream, cinnamon, and nutmeg. The PSL. Get it while it's hot or iced. Only at Starbucks.
Hey, Rhode Island. Keep it real with the Ballybet Casino app. You can play with real dealers plus win real cash. It's got hundreds of slots you can play on your phone when you're out on the go or hanging at home. Just download the app. If you're 21, tap the Ballybet tile and fire up the fun. Play blackjack, baccarat, even roulette. Real dealers, real money, real fun. Ballybet. Must be 21 plus, Rhode Island only. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-9-GAMBLE. Ballybet Casino. Download it.
Dutcher and Hardy in the middle of the night.
When has that been necessary?
Yeah, and they're right here, online and in the palm of your hand, along with podcasts of every show and covering all the breaking news on the Sports Hub app. So listen when you want to what you want.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Here comes Anaheim on a 2-on-1 break. Better go chase. Scores! Nice shot. Nice breakout. 2-1. Man advantage there. The Ducks come through with the goal that puts them up by a goal.
Back here at TD Garden, alongside Ken Hodge Jr., I'm Ryan Johnston. Anaheim Ducks are making their only visit to TD Garden this season. Long-suffering franchise hoping to turn things around under new head coach Joel Quenneville, the three-time Stanley Cup winner, returning to the league after nearly 4 years after he resigned from the Florida Panthers amid fallout from a scandal related to his time with the Chicago Blackhawks. But now he comes to Anaheim, takes over a Ducks team that hasn't finished higher than 6th place in their division in the last 7 seasons. They've gotten off to a 3-2-1 start, including a 5-2 victory in Nashville on Tuesday night.
Yeah, that was a big play on that goal there, the third goal. That was a big goal for us. And, I think that was going late, and they had that push there the last couple of minutes of the second period, which a couple of saves and a couple of fortunate bounces. But I liked the third period when we had a lead and didn't get tested all year. We didn't know how we were going to respond to the lead. I thought we were pretty sound after that.
They got a lot of young players, a lot of high-end skill. So that's what they're kind of trying to figure out by bringing in a Kreider or a Trouba and all these guys that have got a little bit more experience to kind of teach these guys how to play, how to win those close games, how to win when you're going in the third period, get it with a lead, how to extend that lead and how to keep that lead. So they've done a better job of that. They also wanted to work on their special teams as well, which they brought in Chris Kreider to do that, to help them on their special teams, where he's had 3 of their power play goals, 3 of their 4 power play goals this year. Unfortunately, Kreider's been out of the lineup with sickness, but that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to build the young core, get them into these game situations, get them in these games where they can build and get better and better as a team, and that's what they're doing right now.
Yeah, they've got, some of the young talent that they've drafted here high up in the draft that are now coming of age, starting to extend those guys for the long term. They've locked up defenseman Jackson Lacombe to an 8-year deal worth $9 million per as he, his rookie contract comes to an end this year. Mason McTavish, who they didn't get signed until toward the end of training camp this year, he's on a 6-year deal. Cutter Gauthier, who was once a Flyers draft pick, another former BC kid. You're going to love all the BC Eagles that are out here tonight. But Cutter Gauthier ends up in Anaheim after a trade last year and had 20 goals as a rookie. Like these kids are starting to make the impact that the franchise hopes to see out of them long term.
Yeah, and their goals are to make the playoffs this year, right? Yeah. I mean, they're not trying to be just 6th place in the division or 5th place in the division. They want to get into the playoffs, and they're going to they traded John Gibson, the goaltender, last year, who was their #1 franchise goalie. And they're building around the young core of players, as you mentioned, Ryan, some of the guys that they've signed to long-term contracts. And they're trying to become a team that can really be a thorn in a lot of sides in that Western Conference.
Yeah, they've turned things over to Lucas Dostal, who just got himself a 5-year extension as well over the offseason. Peter Mrazek Veteran goaltender is there as well. So, Ted, he saw a lot of Anaheim when he was coaching in the minor leagues out in that area in California, and he said they were kind of a mess, to be honest with you. Now he said they're a real hockey team, and they're going to be a challenge.
And I think he likened them to the Utah Mammoth that you just saw last road trip. So if that's the case and that's how they're going, then that's, they got a bright future ahead of them.
All right, coming up next, we're going to check out the Sports Hub headlines, and then we'll be back to take a look around the NHL here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
Hi, it's Sean Doherty, co-owner of Joyce Cooling and Heating in Nashville. We're celebrating our 30th anniversary this year. You've probably seen our trucks on the road. That's because since 1995, we've been providing expert HVAC services for both residential and commercial clients across New Hampshire and Northern Mass, including installations, repairs, and maintenance. So this winter, don't be left in the cold. Just call Joyce to ensure your heat is running at peak comfort and efficiency. Schedule your heating appointment today by visiting joycecool.com. And thank you to every customer for your business these past 30 years. That's joycecool.com.
The Greater Boston Sports Collectors Show is back October 31st through November 2nd at Shriners Auditorium. Meet over 30 sports legends plus over 300 sports memorabilia dealers. Go to gbscconvention.com.
The wait is over, Massachusetts. Welcome to DBAT Metro South, your brand new home for baseball and softball. With over 200 locations nationwide, DBAT brings pro-style batting cages, hit tracks technology, and world-class instruction to the greater Boston area. Here, every swing, every rep, every lesson makes you better, rain or shine, all year long. DBAT's instructors teach, build confidence, and love for the game. Join the Founders Club for exclusive early member savings, perks, and prizes. So visit dbatmetrosouth.com and follow them on social. Train like the pros at DBAT Metro South.
Gambling can be addictive, just like alcohol and other drugs. And like with other addictions, help for yourself or a loved one is out there. Call the Massachusetts Problem Gambling Helpline at 800-327-5050.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins and the Ducks coming your way shortly from the Garden on a night after the Celtics lost their season opener to the Sixers 117-116. Celtics take on the Knicks tomorrow night. Today in the NBA, Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Heat guard Terry Rozier were among the 30 people arrested in connection with an alleged operation that rigged poker games and NBA player props. The league has placed Billups and Rozier on leave. Patriots back in the practice field today as they get ready for the Browns on Sunday. Kyle Duggar limited with the knee injury. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. RJ and Ken Hodge go around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
This is New England Patriots quarterback Josh Dobbs, and Autodesk is the official design and make platform of the New England Patriots. Autodesk is all around us, including here at Gillette Stadium. What fans might not know is that stadiums, buildings, and the new Patriots Training Center were built with the help of Autodesk Construction Cloud software. Autodesk helps the Patriots and the Kraft Group bring their construction vision to life.
Autodesk, changing how the world is designed and made. Visit Autodesk.com.
As much as I'd love to be, I'm the furthest thing from being a car guy. I feel like every time I take my car to the shop, be it for routine maintenance or repair, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage. That is until I went to Meineke. See, Meineke is doing car care right. Meineke is total car care. Engines, brakes, tires, even oil changes. Meineke Car Care is your local, independently owned, one-stop shop for total car care. Visit Meineke.com for a location near you. That's Meineke.com to schedule your appointment today. Trust your key with Meineke, doing car care right.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to tonight's game on the Bruins Radio Network to hear this date in history restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Ducks coming up from TD Garden. Quick check around the NHL. Games tonight include the Blackhawks visiting the Tampa Bay Lightning, who have just one win in 6 games so far. John Cooper's team home after a 4-game trip.
It's nice to be back. You know, it's a tough way to start, 4 in a row and with 2 back-to-backs. So I think the guys are excited to get back here and play at home, especially after the way the first 2 games went.
Nice to have Kucherov back in the lineup, too, for them. He's been out sick for a couple of games, so they need to get a couple wins going, too.
Yeah, that should help. Flyers visit the Senators, who are just 2-4-1. Brady Tkachuk still recovering from thumb surgery, frustrated watching his team struggle.
All I want to do is be out there. You train so hard, train so long in the summer that felt the best I've ever felt coming to this year, and just a little bump in the road, but now take this time to not sulk in it.
Tough break for him, but Shane Pinto's really picked up the pace for them to 7 goals so far for the Senators.
Bruins, by the way, play them 3 times before he's due back in the lineup. In New York, the Rangers have just 1 total goal in 4 home games this season. They'll host San Jose tonight.
Listen, of course we want to win. Do we want to be a harder team to play against at home? For sure. It's the age-old question. Is this the biggest game of the year? And my answer to that one always has been, yeah, it is, until the next one. Yeah, we want to establish ourselves at home.
The only winless team in the league comes into their building, right, the San Jose Sharks. So here's the opportunity to get more than 1 goal at home.
That's our quick look around the NHL. Marco Sturm joins us next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. Because they'll
be fine in the spacious 3rd row seat.
But the twins
can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the
extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Are you stuck in traffic going to the game? Next time, do what I do. Just take the train to North Station. With Commuter Rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you ride with $10 weekends. So next game, don't be late battling traffic and parking. Ugh. Get tickets with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
At L&F Electrical Heating and Cooling, whether you're a general contractor or homeowner, we pride ourselves on being the most affordable electrical heating and cooling solution.
We offer services like new construction, heat pumps, generators, car charger installs, panel upgrades, and all other electrical needs.
For reliable service at unbeatable prices, call 844-LF-WIRES or visit lfelectricalservice.com. Proudly veteran-owned.
Every day feels like game day at the Haven, the Ridge Club, and Ipswich Country Club. Championship golf, rackets, swimming, and fun for everyone. Plus, with X-Life, enjoy over 150 clubs nationwide. Visit invitedclubs.com today.
Hey, what's up, in Zone? Are you ready to create memorable experiences with your friends and family? Then you got to get over to the all-new Launch in North Attleboro. Launch has it all. You can test your skills at the Lucky Putt mini golf course, chop out the competition with axe throwing, that's my favorite, and hit the lanes for some bowling. Or you can even shoot some hoops. And don't forget the expansive trampoline park with an obstacle course, dodgeball, and much more to enjoy. They got a fantastic arcade. Drop in the Crave restaurant for some delicious food and expertly crafted custom cocktails. Launch, where the action never stops. Hey, it's Zoe, and if you've got mold or funky odors creeping around your home or office, don't mess around. Call my guys at Green Home Solutions. They'll restore your air quality safely, and that means healthier air for your kids, your pets, and grandma too. Visit greenhomesolutions.com/Boston to book your free consultation today and tell them Zoe sent you.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety.
Coach, you guys come off the loss to Florida the other night. Kind of a odd goal that ends up going against you late there. How big of a gut punch is that after coming back twice in the third period?
It was hard. I'm not going to lie. It's the guys came back really strong in the third. They deserved everything, especially at least a point, and to come out with 0 points and a goal like that was hard. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Even the next day, we all came in here. We just couldn't believe it. I think players too. That's why we had to regroup yesterday a little bit. We stayed off the ice, did some good video, and hopefully, we can touch on the good things we did in the third in tonight's game.
You talk a lot about the details and how they impact, what you guys are trying to do. In a situation like that, is there anything different that you would have liked to have seen happen?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think there was a minute left in the game, and we didn't really manage the puck very, very well. Twice we give it up in the O zone, and I think once in the D zone in like a minute. So I think players has to understand where they at in the game. So when you have a minute left, you just scored on it. For me, it's a puck in the game management. We have to get better at to stay out of those kind of situations.
You spoke after the game about Mason Lohrei and some of the issues he had in that game, and we've seen that, from time to time with him throughout his career so far. Number one, do you see him committed to getting better at the defensive end? And secondly, kind of what can he specifically improve to get better in those situations?
Yeah, no. I told Mason this when first time I met him here in Boston when I got hired. I said, I don't really give a crap what people said about you, what happened in the past. You have to prove me who you are. And again, he's not a kid. He's just going to lay back and whatever. No, he wants to get better. He wants to hear. He wants to see video. He wants to improve. End of the day, there were I think there were games he really improved on that, and there were some phases in some games, and unfortunately last game, it cost him, and it was very noticeable. So again, how can we fix it? Well, he needs to play simple, first of all. Sometimes he's way too complicated. We don't need special things out of him, really don't. He needs to learn how to play defense first to be a good defender in this league. And before he doesn't do that, I don't really care about his offensive game. So again, those are the things for me. There's just two things he needs to understand. But no, he was very disappointed, but he's also a kid who wants to get better. So that's good to see.
You said before Tuesday's game you were hoping to see a response from Casey Mittelstadt after he sat out on Sunday. Did you get what you were hoping for?
No, he did. He was good. He was all over the ice. I thought he was skating better. He was supporting better his line mates. Yes, he had a few points, but overall, I thought he had a good response.
Morgan Geekie, especially in the last few games, it feels like has been fighting the puck a little bit, gets the goal the other night in the third period. In your experience, when you're going through a little bit of a slump like that as a player, does getting one to go in sometimes just turn the light on?
Yeah, usually that's the way it happens. And I was happy for him that he scored that goal because he could see it. That's not Morgan going in and fanning on shots. That shows me that's a forward who didn't score and has been tightening his stick a little bit. And what is normal? Every forward goes through phases like that, and usually, yeah, you're right. Usually a goal like that helps, and hopefully it's going to help him.
You're going to bump VL up to the third line tonight. What do you hope to get out of him there?
No, he's stability for that line. No, they've been a little hot and cold, I would say. Still okay, but I just hope, with Wheeler's game, very straightforward. It gives him more time and off in his zone, but just having good forechecks and stuff like that. Wheeler's been, you know, I was telling a lot of people that he's not just a fighter. He's actually his details are actually very, very good defensively. And if you look at his stats, he's never really in trouble. So again, there's more things about him, and he deserves to be in that spot. But we always have options to move things around if it's not the right thing.
First look at the Anaheim Ducks this year. What do you expect out of them, and what kind of game do you envision this being?
Yeah, no, similar to Utah a little bit. Just a team now who's becoming a real team, I would say. They've been struggling for a long time, but now you can see it's a good hockey team. They added some really good pieces, added a coach. I think slowly they figure out how they have to play, and again, a lot of skill, a lot of speed. They like to be on offense, so we want to play in there as much as we can.
Appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
There's Marco Sturm. The Bruins and the Ducks are next.
But first, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Is the ED Group station.
Tuesday was almost a night to remember for the Bruins and their fans. Off the face-off, McAvoy got it back over to Pastrnak. One-timer rebound, score! Geeky! And we're tied at 3. Centering pass here for Verhaeghe. Hit the post, ricocheted free, and they score. With 25.7 seconds left, the Panthers retake the lead 4-3. With Brad Marchand and the Panthers behind them, now they must turn their focus to Anaheim and snapping a 5-game losing streak. The Bruins take on the Anaheim Ducks coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Cross to Esposito, a shot.
Yeah, Neely, wow. Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime. Geeky scores. And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, your New England Boy dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, and by Catches Law.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a great stop of the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th point. Backhand score and a penalty shot for Raymond Bourque.
David Pastrnak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series!
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
We're at TD Garden tonight for the Bruins and the Anaheim Ducks. I'm joined by Kenny Hodge in place of Bob Beers, who's off attending to a family celebration over the next few days here. But Kenny, Bruins trying to snap this 5-game losing streak. What do you think the biggest key is to do that tonight against Anaheim?
Make Anaheim play in their own defensive zone. They're going to young bunch of high-end talented players that want to play offensive. Make them play defensively. Create some opportunities for yourself in that zone.
And from an offensive standpoint, the Bruins have got to see if they can get that top 6 going a little bit more here.
100%. And you know what? I like to see all 4 lines going, right? Not just the top line. Don't just rely on the top line. Rely on all 4 lines to create offense for yourselves.
First of 2 meetings between the Bruins and Anaheim. We'll have the opening face-off coming up from TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
He roofs it top shelf. When the Bruins go top shelf, they go Tito's Handmade Vodka. Award-winning and distilled till it's just right. Tito's, the official vodka of the Boston Bruins. Boston Pregames with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc. Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face-Off inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
Do you ever scream at your screen when your 5G internet freezes? It's the worst. So why not switch to Astound? Wi-Fi that just works. With Astound Wi-Fi, you'll rage less, buffer less, and live more. Get Wi-Fi starting at just $25 a month, and for a limited time, get up to a $300 Amazon gift card. Astound Wi-Fi, it just works. Visit astound.com today.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor, but try picking your fave from all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Here at TD Garden, the Bruins getting ready for Game 2 of this 3-game homestand, taking on the Anaheim Ducks. Before we drop the puck tonight, let's get you down to ice level and tonight's national anthem to be performed, of course, by Todd Angeli.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Todd Angeli with tonight's national anthem. Like many of us tonight, he is wearing a purple tie because the Bruins are celebrating Hockey Fights Cancer Night. And let's take you down for more of the pregame festivities in a special puck drop.
With us tonight is a young woman whose hockey career as a goaltender was put on pause while she fights a courageous battle with cancer. On April 4th, medical providers discovered a mass in her cerebellum. Further testing and surgeries revealed Emma's mass as medulloblastoma and cancerous metastasis in her brain. After spending 8 weeks in Philadelphia for specialized treatment on her brain and spine, she recently reached the halfway mark of her treatment journey and returned home to New England and Mass General Brigham to continue her fight. Accompanied by her mother, Lohrei, please welcome from Concord, Massachusetts, 16-year-old Emma Robertson. Radko Gudas and David Pasternak, please join Emma at center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop.
her face as she drops the puck, along with her mom at center ice. David Pasternak and Radko Gudas, handshakes all around. And a salute from the crowd here at TD Garden. Such an important night here at TD Garden on an annual basis for all of those who have been touched by cancer, which is all of us. And Emma getting fist bumps all the way down the line as she heads back in front of the Bruins bench down toward the tunnel. Every player stop their best halfway through her cancer. As we now get ready for hockey here at TD Garden Ducks, let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Anaheim Ducks. Peter Mrazek going to get the start in goal, just his second appearance of the year so far. On defense, Jackson Lacombe and Drew Hellison. And up front for Anaheim, it'll be Mikhail Granlund in the middle with Nikita Nesterenko on the left wing and Troy Terry on the right side. For the Bruins, Jonas will get the start in goal tonight. On defense, Charlie McAvoy and Mason Lohrei. And up front, Fraser Minton will center between Tanner Jeannot and Jeffrey Viel, who gets the bump up from the fourth line to the third line tonight. Heard Marco Sturm talk about that pregame. First 5 minutes presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestants of the game, Kristen Duquette of Manchester, New Hampshire. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Kristen will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game, courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins will go from left to right here in the first period as the opening faceoff controlled by Anaheim. Lacombe plays it into the middle. Terry will carry it across the Boston line along the near left wing side. Takes a shot, and that one is taken right off the bat by Korpisalo, and right off the helmet, actually, it looks like, and out of play.
It was interesting to see off that opening faceoff. Anaheim, the two defensemen jumped right off the ice. Made it like basically a 5-on-3 for the Ducks. Terry pulls up inside that left circle, got that good scoring opportunity. I don't think the Bruins realized that they could have attacked him earlier on in the zone.
Face-off win by Granlund. Got it back to the blue line. Trouba will hand off, and a drive goes wide. Back around, it comes near side, and a chance from a tough angle by Nesterenko. Now the Bruins will head the other way. Jeannot up the left side, trying to squeeze deep into the attack zone, and does. Gets it behind the net. Brings it toward the near side corner. Puck started to get away from him, but keeps alive now to Minton in the right corner. Down low to Viel. His pass gets back to McAvoy. Center of the blue line with a shot deflected on. And a save by Mrazek. On the near side boards, puck pushed up the wall toward Granlund. He'll get it past McAvoy. Now toward the red line. Minton coming back toward the Boston zone. Hands to Lohrei. Passes near side to McAvoy, and from the red line dumps in. Mrazek had it skip past him behind the net. Bruins getting some changes on a minute into this first period. Elias Lindholm nearly forced a turnover in the Anaheim zone. Ducks will get it out. Carlson reached for it, couldn't catch up with it in the neutral ice. Lindholm gets it back in across the line. Far circle. Deals off for the Trailers. Zadorov shot. Sticked aside by Mrazek. Rebound was there for a moment.
It sure was, but great job by the Bruins. Again, pulling up inside the offensive zone and creating that chance.
Lacombe centering one in front of Korpisalo, but it directed up and overhead. On the near side, Gauthier will play it back in deep. Alex Killorn wrapped it back around near side, but Peak is there and lobs one through neutral ice. Geekie trying to get around Lacombe and is able to gather that puck in the near corner. Sends it around to the far side. Zacha gets it back down low. Pasternak at the back of the net and tried to get it out in front. Lacombe got a stick in there and helped force a turnover. Threw it back out to center ice, and right back in it comes from Yoki Haru. On the near side circle, Yoki Haru sticked away from Gauthier, but it'll come out through the neutral zone.
Bruins doing a better job of forechecking right here tonight than they did Tuesday night against Florida.
Arvidsson gets it right back in on the attack. Zacha shot, rebound, score! Zacha got the initial shot. Mrazek made the save. Rebound came right to Casey Middlestat, and Boston strikes just 2:10 into the first.
Well, we talked about the pressure for the Bruins on their forecheck. That's a good example. They turned the puck over in that neutral zone, created that opportunity, back offensive. They're not playing defensive tonight. They're going right. They're attacking the Anaheim Ducks. Sorry. The shot is taken. Mrazek makes the initial save. No one picks up Middlestat to the left. and he's got a wide open net, does a great job of getting his stick on it, just enough to get the puck into the open net.
And the defenseman Minyakov got a stick in there, but Middlestat was able to fight through that. And so a 1-0 lead for Boston. Casey Middlestat's third goal of the season. He had a pair of assists here on Tuesday night in the loss to Florida, coming off a healthy scratch on Sunday in Utah. Here's Kastelik bringing the Bruins back in on the attack. Drop pass for Eyssimont, and a shot stick saved by Mrazek, and the Ducks will head the other way. Ryan Poehling gets it to the Boston line, plays it in, but right back out it comes on the stick of Eyssimont. He's going to carry it through neutral ice. Bruins getting some changes on. Eyssimont got dumped along the far boards by Trouba. Looks like Mikey might be a little shaken as he heads back toward the bench. Zadorov with a puck on his stick, angles it off the near boards. Didn't connect with Viel. Around the far side wall, batted back down low by Zadorov. Coming toward the near circle, Viel gets it back to the right point for Peak. Shot knocked down in front. Scramble for possession. A centering pass. Oh, and just off the outside of the net from Viel. Bruins getting some pressure on here in the Anaheim zone. Just 3.5 minutes in. Peak to the right circle for Jeannot. Turns, fires. That one hit Minton in the leg. And it'll be lifted off the near glass and out from Zellweger.
Bruins are doing a really good job of getting traffic in front of Mrazek as well. That was a big rebound off to his right-hand side. You didn't see the puck initially because there was traffic in front of him.
Pasternak sweeps it around behind the Anaheim net. Round to the far side for Killorn. Lifts it through the neutral zone. McAvoy gloves it down onto his stick. Hammers it around the near side boards. Pasternak just inside his blue line. Deflected pass will bounce along the near boards out in the neutral ice. Lindholm tried to play it forward. Lacombe cut it off. 4:10 gone by here in the first period. Bruins on the board first. Killorn backhands one deep. McAvoy shielding the puck as he goes behind the net. Got knocked down, still able to play it. And here's Lohrei carrying through center ice to the left side and offside as Elias Lindholm tried to time it just right.
What they've done the first few shifts here of this game, they've got the puck into the offensive zone. They've created turnovers in the offensive zone and got traffic in front of Mrazek. Led to that first goal, obviously, by Middlestat, because all he did, he went to the net, created that second opportunity for himself.
Important, too, I feel like, to get some shots in on Mrazek early here. He's only played one game so far this season. He gave up 6 goals, won the game, because they beat San Jose 7-6 in that game.
Seems like he's fighting it a little bit early on here, too, doesn't it?
Yeah, the rebounds have been there. Middlestat near the red line will drop it back here. Jokiharju from his own blue line. Pass ahead to Middlestat. Steps across the line. Right side pass for Arvidsson. A drive. Another long rebound kicked out by Mrazek. This time, though, controlled by his teammates and pushed back out into neutral ice. Arvidsson finds a free puck at the red line. Brings back toward his own zone. Michael Callahan called up yesterday from Providence. Plays it off the near side boards and backhands deep. Again, that necessitated by the injury to Jordan Harris on Tuesday night. Lower body injury. We did not yet know the extent of that injury, but he's on IR. As Corrali fans on a one-time attempt. Puck is cleared back out toward center.
Another turnover by Anaheim in their own zone created that opportunity. Corrali just fanned on that shot attempt.
Rally hands off here for Zadorov. Jumping up all the way across the line. Left circle shot. Gets blocked and goes out of play. With 14:24 to go here in the first period. Bruins with a 6-2 shots and some good jump in their legs right now.
Yeah, and as I said, Peter Mrazek seems to be fighting the puck a little bit. They had that the second opportunity with, again, by getting traffic to the front of the net and making him make a save. And you talked about that big rebound that he kicked out to his right. It was wide open for that. Unfortunately for the Bruins, they just couldn't get to that loose puck. But the rebounds are going to be there if they can continue to forecheck like they have in this first 5 minutes of this game.
Razor Minton will take this face-off against Granlund. Far circle to our right. Wins it toward the board. Jeannot swept it toward the corner. Hellison is there, though, for Anaheim as he goes behind the net, gets sandwiched between two bodies, and the Bruins regain. Jeannot back to Lohrei. Shot gets blocked off in the far circle. Lacombe fighting his way out into the neutral zone against Minton. Sent back toward the blue line and just onside Viel. He'll take the shot, and Minton, or Mrazek rather, makes the save as Minton comes bearing down toward the crease. And a little shoving match breaks out between Lacombe and Jeannot.
I know Mason Lohrei had a tough game the other night, but he did a really nice job there, stepping up into the neutral zone, creating a turnover and a transition from the defense to offense that created that scoring opportunity down that left-hand side that Mrazek had to make a save with. And again, he didn't look sharp on that save. He was kind of like fighting, looking to see if he had that puck in his glove, and he did. That's when all the traffic followed up. But great job by Lohrei of creating that turnover and creating defense into quick offense.
And that's one of the things he can bring positively. He's, excellent at the offensive end. He's excellent moving the puck. It's the decision-making in the defensive end that sometimes gets him into a little bit of trouble. And, what Marco Sturm is trying to get him a little bit more comfortable at that end. And to his credit, Lohrei, during training camp and early on in the season has talked about that as well, that he's got to just make better decisions with the puck. As Carlson brings the Ducks forward, here's Killorn coming right down the middle, and a big stop in the early going for Korpisalo, and now right in front, another chance. Gauthier didn't get good wood on it, and it's covered up by Korpisalo. And we'll take our first timeout of the night with 13:42 remaining here in the first period. Casey Middlestat has the Bruins on the board, 1-0 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V. It's your local Honda dealers.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
The Shoresy Fall Classic returns. Join the cast of the hit TV show Shoresy as they take on NHL alumni from the Boston Bruins. December 7th, 3 p.m. at TD Garden. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
At Citizens, we help make sense of your money and all your money questions.
Is there a right way to prep for my future?
Do I keep renting or finally buy?
How big of a nest should my nest egg be?
Is cash still king? If money talks, what's it say to me? Can I become king of the hill in Beacon Hill?
Whatever money questions you have, Citizens has the answers. Make sense of your money at citizensbank.com/made-ready. Member FDIC.
Check out new fall savings at Ira Mazda. Make every drive unstoppable with incredible offers on our entire collection of new and pre-owned vehicles. So hurry into Ira Mazda today, because like the season itself, these offers are beautifully temporary.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
We've got another winner in our New England Ford First 5 contest. With the goal by Casey Middlestat, just 2:10 into the first period. Kristen Duquette of Manchester, New Hampshire, has won a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. 13:42 left here in the first, and the Bruins up 1-0 on Anaheim. Defensive zone face-off win. Callahan wrapped it around the far boards. Middlestat will fire it out to center ice. Minchikov chased into the Anaheim zone by Arvidsson. Forces him all the way back behind the net. Now Radko Gudas out of the far corner. Pass out into neutral ice. Frank Vetrano worked it toward the near side. Seneca offside at the Bruins blue line as he was trying to stick handle the puck into some open space.
I think that Bruins video session that they had yesterday talked about the forecheck, because that was a great job of forechecking there. Was it Arvidsson forcing his man to go all the way behind the net? Now, the guy had the puck in the top of the faceoff circles. He ended up going behind his net because of the forecheck pressure. Something must have been said in that team meeting, I think.
Well, this is what, the first 3 or 4 games of this season, we saw more of this from the Bruins, right? Tough to move the puck through the neutral zone against this team, especially against Washington on opening night. Force them to dump it in time and time again because you're just not giving them space. And they haven't been able to do that as much of late. Here's Killorn stepping into the Boston zone, immediately shoved by Zadorov. They're still tangled along the far wall. Puck squirts free, and Elias Lindholm will backhand it, looking to spring Geekie ahead. But it hit him in the back of the leg. Gauthier will get it back deep here for Anaheim. Korpisalo spins it toward the far side circle. Geekie into the middle for Lindholm. Left side just missed Pasternak. It'll angle into the Anaheim zone. They're going to whistle that an icing with 12:41 to go here in the first.
Well, you got to love the transition from defense to offense right there. I know it ended up being an icing play, but Boston had the puck in their left corner, made one pass up. Lindholm's got, now he's springing Pasternak down that left-hand side. Unfortunately, the puck is a little bit behind Pasternak, or he might have had a breakaway because he had snuck behind the Anaheim defenseman. But good job of the Bruins moving it from defense to offense through that neutral zone.
Elias Lindholm will take the face-off here against Mikael Granlund. Face-off win. Zadorov dropped it back. Spun back around toward the near side by Peak. Lacombe had his stick break as he tried to get it back deep. He'll head back to the bench for an extra one. Far circle, Geekie trying to find it in his skates. Poked back along the wall by Nestorenko. Terry got it back to the point. Lacombe on the near side, stepping toward the top of the circle. Missed the net. It angles out of the corner all the way back down to the Anaheim zone. Give the Bruins a chance to change. 12:10 to play first period. Boston with a 1-0 lead. Here's Granlund standing right at the Boston blue line. Flips it across the ice. Out of the far corner right to Nestorenko. They get it back to the point. Walking down to the far circle. A shot and they score. That one finds its way in, and it's Drew Hellison, the former BC Eagle, who ties the game at 1.
Ellison walks down that right wing side and shoots this puck. He's trying to hit Granlund with his puck. I think this actually hits McAvoy in the right skate. Absolutely nothing Korpisalo can do with this one, but a good job by Anaheim to get their defenseman active in the offensive zone. He walks down that right side, again, trying to hit Granlund at that left post. An unfortunate break for the Bruins. Then Charlie McAvoy hits his skate and goes in the back of the net and ties his hockey game up at 1-1.
So that's 2 straight goals that the Bruins have allowed dating back to Tuesday night that have gone in off one of their defensemen.
Absolutely nothing Charlie could do on that, right?
No.
He's just trying to front his man and just hits his skate and goes in the net.
So 11:50 to go here in the first, and it's a tie game. Drew Hellison's second goal of the season for the defenseman. As Jeffrey Viel is deep in the Anaheim zone here. Tried to turn with it in behind the net against Minchikov. Comes back to Jokiharju with the right point. Throws one that was going wide of the net. Gets kicked off toward the corner anyway. Ducks will clear out. Minchikov will join the rush here. Sam Colangelo, left circle, tried a shot. Callahan smothered that off into the far corner. Jeannot shoves his man out of the way, but it'll be swept back in deep by Colangelo. Brought near side by Jeannot. Gets stood up by a stiff check from Ross Johnston. I don't think he's a cousin of mine or anything like that, but haven't checked the family tree. Here's Zellweger coming down the left wing side. Runs into McAvoy along the near side. Johnston will wrap in behind the net. Johnston had a 3-point night, goal and 2 assists and a fight. So Gordie Howe hat trick plus the other night as the Toronto fires one in on Korpisalo. What did Joe Quenneville call that, a superfecta in that soundbite we had before the game?
That's right, but what happens there is Toronto comes on from a line change and walks right down the slot area and gets that scoring opportunity. No one for the Bruins picks him up, obviously not knowing he was coming late. Came right down the slot, got a nice pass down the left-hand side. Korpisalo does a nice job of coming out and attacking that shot, taking away the opportunity to get a good a scoring chance out of it. And what I like about that, he's held on to that rebound as well.
Frankie Vetrano, former Bruin, East Longmeadow, Massachusetts native, went to UMass, signed a very inventive contract middle of last season that defers money to about 10 years out. He's going to be making $900,000 well after retirement. $900,000 a year. Here's a chance in front of Mrazek, turned away, and Bruins will start back the other way.
Got the old Bobby Bonilla.
Pretty much. The new CBA, that's not allowed anymore. They have changed the rule. They call it the Frank Vetrano rule. Might as well. Got a nice deal. 3 years and $6 million per, but half of that money is deferred. He starts getting paid in 2035 on the 10-year deferment there. So his average value of that contract is, according to the league, $4.57 million. But they said, yeah, we don't want to start down that road and start having teams defer a whole bunch of money to try to save some cap dollars. So put an end to it right away.
Yeah, I was just going to say, save some money, right? And you can kind of allocate that to other players. That's a great, good thinking by a team man, right?
Kicked around over by the Bruins bench, and Ducks trying to get back onside did. They'll control the puck back toward their own blue line here. Lacombe to Killorn, dumped in, and whistle that down as it went out. And does it go into the Bruins bench and back out? Either way, we're going to take a timeout. 9:45 to go here in the first period. It's Boston 1, Anaheim 1. Here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
I love shows about survivalists, eager to test themselves under the most extreme conditions. Of course, when you consider weather events these days, wildfires, hurricanes, torrential rain, and flooding, we're all survivalists. Visit the Resource Center at safetyinsurance.com and be prepared to protect your family, your property, even your business. The forecast calls for safety. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Looking to make some weekend plans? Head down to TD Garden this Saturday at 3 p.m. matinee as the Bruins will take on the Colorado Avalanche. Tickets going fast. Visit bostonbruins.com/tickets to lock in your spot to cheer on the Bees. 9:45 left here in the first period. It's a 1-1 game. Joined tonight by Kenny Hodge, in for Bob Beers. Here for the next couple. Bruins getting a goal at 2:10 from Casey Middlestad, Pavel Zacha, Victor Arvidsson assisting on that. Drew Hellison with his second of the season from Nikita Nestorenko and Mikhail Granlund at 8:04, getting Anaheim on the board. Bruins push it into the attack zone here, but Karlsson able to get it right back out. Pasternak will sweep it right back in. Looking over his shoulder, takes around behind the Anaheim, pursue that puck off the end wall. Geekie back to the left point for Zadorov. Geekie fires it across ice now for Pete. He throws one to the net, tipped by Pasternak, and that one might have caught a piece of the post. Gauthier backhands out into neutral ice. Karlsson going to carry into the Boston zone. Now Killorn turning with it out near the blue line, walks it down the left wing wall. Goes all the way around behind Korpisalo. Throws it out in front. Gauthier a chance right on the doorstep. Saved by Korpisalo. Rebound from behind the net. Karlsson tried to get it back out in front. Gudas a one-timer from the right point. And that one skims through the slot. Mintyukov in the near side corner. Zadorov comes over and hammers him. Knocks him to the ice. Peak and Killorn battling in behind the net. Now turning with it. Nestorenko to the near circle. And a one-timer by Granlund turned away. Mintyukov to the left side for Granlund. Puck got away from him. Elias Lindholm trying to fend him off now along the end wall. Zadorov's got his man wrapped up. Terry along the left wing circle will bring back into some open ice, and Mintyukov on a one-timer from the inside of the circle, and a sprawling glove stop by Korpisalo.
Mintyukov gets this opportunity from the left point position. The Bruins started running around a little bit in their defensive zone and didn't pick up Mintyukov coming in from his left point spot. Walked right down the slot area, and a real nice save again by Korpisalo to come out and challenge that shot and take away the opportunity. But Bruins got caught running around in their own defensive zone a little bit, and they allowed that seam to come through right down the slot area.
Mintyukov, 21-year-old Russian, in his third year pro. He is one of 10 Ducks in the lineup tonight who are 24 years of age or younger. Talked about the young talent that they are growing with in Anaheim. He's a big part of that. As Ryan Poehling will get it deep into Boston territory. Asimon had a jump away from his backhand along the far boards. It'll come back behind the net. Nice move by McAvoy to avoid Colangelo. Corrali clears to neutral ice. Asimon will play it forward as the Bruins go for a change. 7.5 to go here in the first period. Tie game. Zellweger pass for McTavish in the neutral ice. Deep into Boston territory it goes. Jokiharju wraps it to Callahan. Played it up the far wall and right back deep it comes. Jokiharju will try it near side. Helped out by Jeannot. Viel trying to outrace Gudis. Gudis takes a tumble into the far corner. Viel winds up with the puck. Turns and fires one through the slot untouched. Jokiharju throws one back in front. Minton digging away in the crease. Puck is still loose. Mrazek didn't have it covered. Gets the whistle, as I think that puck did eventually find its way under his left pad, but nearly got the Bruins back into the lead.
He had absolutely no idea where that puck was, and it just happened to go under his left pad. Jokiharju's shot from the right point position comes through. Traffic again by the Bruins, but it all starts with the Viel forecheck. He forechecks. Gudis falls down in the corner. Now the Bruins get puck possession in the offensive zone. They're able to work it around from the left point to the right point. Nobody's out there for Anaheim because they're all looking towards the right-hand side. Leaves Jokiharju down that right-hand side to get that scoring opportunity. And as I mentioned, he got lucky to just fell under his left pad.
He almost dragged it right back into the net as he was trying to find it. They set up a quick one-timer for Arvidsson. That was blocked. Comes back to him along the far circle and a deflected shot. Mrazek, nice pad save there. A drive by Zadorov that redirects off into the corner. Puck played out into neutral ice here for the Ducks. Gauthier will get it to the Boston line. Peak throws it back across toward the far side, and Arvidsson along that left wing. George Zaka in the far circle. Lacombe got to stick to it first. Middlestad helps force a turnover at the Anaheim blue line, but then lost it back to them at center ice, and Killorn will get it in deep and then head off on a change here for the Ducks. Zaka to Arvidsson coming through the neutral zone. Steps to his right. Pulls up at the near circle. Gives it back to McAvoy, center of the blue line. Off the far boards. Geekie picks it up off of Karam. Bruins changing piece by piece here. Pasternak to Lohrei to McAvoy near circle. Into the middle for Geekie. Couldn't get off a shot as Trouba got a stick in on it.
I think he almost wanted to make one too many passes there. He had an opportunity to shoot that puck, and I think he wanted to hit Lindholm in the back door. Maybe get that puck on net.
Pasternak coming toward the near side. Tried to center and hit a skate. Kicked in toward the net. Angled off the far boards. Lohrei keeps in. Here's Geekie at the top of the far circle with a shot. Then deflected on. Save made by Mrazek, and the rebound gets pushed off into the far corner. McAvoy to Pasternak at the back of the net. He's hit and held against the wall by Granlund, and we get a whistle and a penalty coming up here for interference. And looks as though the Bruins are going to go shorthanded here. Elias Lindholm is slowly making his way toward the penalty box. So we'll step aside, and Anaheim will have a power play when we come back. 5:31 to go in the first period. It's a 1-1 game on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. But try picking your fave from all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, hours may vary by location.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to the Bruins Radio Network every home game to hear this date in history, restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Elias Lindholm into the penalty box for interference. 5:31 to play here in the first period. Bruins and Ducks tied at 1. Anaheim gets the first power play of the night.
Lindholm just trying to create a little bit of space for himself in front of the slot area. Just cross-check the defenseman down to the ice. Referee saw it. Ducks on the power play.
Ducks 1 out of 14 in their last 3 games after getting off to a hot start. Here's a chance in front. Granlund redirecting a pass on. And Korpisalo made the save, and the puck will be sent all the way down.
Yeah, Bruins got knocked onto their knees on the offensive zone faceoff, created that space down that right-hand side. That good scoring opportunity. Granlund, nice save by Korpisalo again on the power play.
Jackson Lacombe brings it to center ice, stops, and then deals off for the trailer, and the Bruins able to just send that right back down all the way into Mrazek. In at 27 to go on the penalty. Lacombe coming out across his own blue line. Turns and wheels it back. Here's Carlson with some speed to the Boston line. Able to get through McAvoy. Around the far side it goes. They get set up on the power play. Lacombe out near the blue line. Gives off to that right wing side once again. Back to Lacombe at the point. On to the near circle, Carlson. Turns with it toward the corner. Back up top for Lacombe. Now to the top of the far circle. Lacombe again up top. Took the shot. And that one, whether it hit somebody or not on the way through, gets wide of the net. Gives the Bruins a chance to clear, and Minton does the honors.
Real good job by the Bruins, though, making the play around the perimeter. Get that shot. The goalie can see that every single time. Fortunately for the Bruins, Lacombe's shot just went wide.
This is Gauthier coming to the Boston line. Able to find a little space, but a centering pass. Unable to get a stick on it with Seneca. They get reset here with McTavish along the right side. He walks it down toward the corner. Floats one toward the back of the net. Knocked away from Seneca. Comes toward the near side. Gauthier out near the blue line. Here's Killorn in the slot. Over to that far side, and the one-timer skims wide. Gauthier back at the near point. Zellweger plays it to McTavish along that far side circle. McTavish with a shot. Hit the outside of the post as Seneca provided a screen. Gauthier from the near circle. Back around to that far side. That one exploded on McTavish. Comes down low. And Pete tries to eat it along the boards here as the power play comes to an end. Bruins kill off their first of the night. And the puck lifted up and out of play because it hit the scoreboard on its way out of the zone. So that'll bring the faceoff back into Boston territory. 3:17 left here in the first in a 1-1 game.
Too bad the Bruins couldn't get puck possession there. Anaheim had 4 forwards on the ice and 1 defenseman. They could have got puck possession. Maybe they could have forced the Anaheim to play defensively with those guys on the ice. But unfortunately, the Bruins, when they got the puck, they flipped it off the scoreboard at center ice.
Just a little too much air under it.
Like the thinking, but
that's an expensive scoreboard too. You can't be hitting that thing. Outlet pass from Lohrei, a little behind Pasternak. Forced back deep into Boston territory. Wraps around the far boards. Centering pass taken away by Elias Lindholm. He'll lead the Bruins through neutral ice. Carries across the line. Goes to his right for Pasternak. And he gets the shot in on Mrazek, who kicks the rebound out there. Paling heads the other way. 3-on-2 for the Ducks if they can hurry. Lohrei able to eat that up along the far boards against Colangelo. Give everybody a chance to get back into position. 2:45 to play here in the period. Geeky pass to Lindholm. Floats it up the left side. Pasternak's all by himself as the rest of the line goes for a change. Turned over in the Anaheim zone, and Lacombe at the side of his own net. Nesterenko lifts one just out of the reach of Callahan, who tracks it into the far corner here for the Bruins. Jokiharju up the near side of Middlestat. Trying to poke it forward through the neutral ice. Able to stay with it against Minchikov. Dumps in just wide of Mrazek. Bruins Nearly offside there. We're able to tag up and then get in after it, and now force the Ducks into a mistake as they ice it with 2:07 to play in the period.
Now coming off a solid penalty kill for the Bruins, now can you last 2 minutes of the period, you get an offensive zone faceoff. Can you take the momentum into the period? Maybe get the go-ahead goal. Take something positive out of it. I know after the first little while there, the game's kind of evened out a little bit here. Now let's get something going back. Get something positive going to that locker room.
Off the face-off. Good steal by Kastelik down in the far corner, but his centering pass was knocked away. Up to the red line, dumping in Granlund will turn and go for a change. Peak in the near corner against Nestorenko. Kastelik helping him, carries the puck out to the blue line. Corrali through the neutral zone, slides it around Trouba. Trouba able to stay with it, but the Ducks can't get it cleared. Came back toward Corrali, and around the boards it comes. McAvoy to the back of the net, all the way to the far circle. Killorn waiting for it over there, and he'll just send it out to center ice. McAvoy reloads quickly here for Corrali. Right circle, throws one toward the net. Blocker stopped by Mrazek, directed that one right to Leo Carlsson, and he sends Killorn up the right side. Killorn chips it, but can't get around Zadorov. It'll come around the near side. Zellweger at the blue line just barely kept that one in, but here's Zadorov sending Corrali off on a break, moving in, and the save by Mrazek, and the rebound goes up over the glass, out of play.
John Corrali towards the end of a shift right there didn't have the breakaway speed to get himself separated from the back-checking Zellweger. Got the scoring opportunity, and Mrazek was able to make a left glove save on it and put the puck out of the zone. But if Corrali was maybe towards the beginning of a shift, he might have been able to get a little bit of separation. Unfortunately, didn't have that separation, but did get a good scoring opportunity out nonetheless, and a really nice pass by Zadorov.
Yeah, alert, seeing Corrali headed up ice in a hurry. So minute 6 to go here in the period in a 1-1 game. Bruins with a 14-10 shots advantage. Face off in the offensive zone. McTavish is going to be asked to vacate the circle, and Vetrano will get in there for the Ducks against Elias Lindholm. Pastrnak standing at the ready right at the top of the face-off circle. Lindholm wins it to him. Passes across near side. McAvoy drives from the near circle, and Mrazek gobbles that one up.
Set play by the Bruins right there. Win the face-off. Pastrnak does a nice job of moving the puck to his right. McAvoy walks in from his right point position and gets a good scoring opportunity. Mrazek sees this one because there's no traffic in front of him. But that's a set play by the Bruins to get that puck right from left to right. Just got to get some guys in front of that net.
And if you're Anaheim, you've got to respect Pastrnak. Obviously, standing at the top of the circle, you're expecting him to fire that puck.
Surprising, he passed it right from that scoring opportunity.
Face off in the near circle this time. Lindholm wins that. Geekie gets in there, gets the puck back toward McAvoy, but jumped off his stick and offside. Sent back in on a delayed call. It'll be swept into the Boston zone by Colangelo. McAvoy reversed it around to the far side. Lohrei able to slip a check. 46 seconds to go in the period. Lohrei gets knocked off it by Colangelo in the far corner, and a centering pass came right through the top of the crease. Lacombe with a drive. That one turned away. McAvoy took a tumble near the side of the net as a shot by Lacombe straight on, knocked down by Korpisalo. Lindholm along the end boards against Colangelo. Still 28 to go in the period. Puck lobbed high up into the air and out to center ice here by Pastrnak. Geekie couldn't win a battle in front of the Anaheim bench. It'll come off the near boards and back into Boston territory. Callahan right there. Final 12 to go in the period. Jeannot brings into the Anaheim zone. Finds a little lane. Gets in behind the net. Final 5 seconds. They won't be able to do anything with it. Ducks clear out of the zone, and that will do it for period number 1. So the Bruins struck early. Casey Middlestat with his 3rd goal of the year. Drew Hellison, though, answered about 6 minutes later. And 20 minutes complete here at TD Garden. Bruins and Ducks are tied at 1. We'll be back with our first intermission in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Electrical contractors, Granite City Electric has a convenient way for you to pick up and access your materials 24/7. Introducing the GCE Night Train Depot. Pick up supplies when it's convenient for you. All materials are stored safely indoors and order size doesn't matter. It's not a locker. Best of all, it's free with over 27 Night Train Depot locations across New England. Convenience and savings all delivered to you from Granite City Electric Supply. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins. The Shaws and Star Market Foundation has teamed up with Andrew Peak for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time he or one of his teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative donate to end hunger in our communities. Since it began, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million nationwide, ensuring neighbors have the nutrition they need to thrive. Here with each assist, the foundation will donate $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Head into the 99 restaurant for hot, hearty helpings. Dig into our home-style chicken pot pie with tons of chicken and a flaky crust. Or warm your belly with our classic Yankee pot roast loaded with slow-simmered beef. So grab your friends and come on in. You gotta love the nines.
Lowe's knows pros want more. Join My Lowe's Pro Rewards for free to get $20 off your first qualifying purchase of $100 or more just for signing up. Plus, enjoy free standard shipping and more ways to save on your next job. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer valid for new members only. Not valid with any other discount. Free standard shipping not available in Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Visit Lowe's.com/pro-loyalty for details. Subject to change.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
First intermission here at TD Garden. The Bruins and the Ducks are tied at 1. And during our first intermission tonight, I wanted to take you back to our post-game show from Tuesday night. Obviously, a lot of emotion about Brad Marchand's return to TD Garden for the first time as a member of the Florida Panthers. He was nice enough to join us for a few minutes post-game. Wanted to give you a chance to hear some of his comments. And I asked him about that emotional toll that it took on him over the few days leading up to the game here in Boston.
It was great to be able to be here since Saturday. We're only here once this year, so I get to see, some people. Unfortunately, the guys were away until last night, but it was great to be in the city for a few days and enjoy some time. And then I didn't think about it a ton until I got here, and I started kind of seeing some of the guys around town and old relationships and stuff like that. And then it hit me. I knew it would at some point, and I just tried to avoid it, to be honest with you. I knew it was going to come at some point, and it was going to be a lot. But there's just so many emotions coming back here. Just with, it's tough because I'm so grateful for the opportunity that I'm in and to be with an incredible group again, and like the relationships and friendships that have been created here in the last 7 months, whatever it's been, have been special. But obviously I've been in Boston for a very long time, and there's so much that goes with coming back here. On the ice, off the ice, the memories, the relationships, where I started, immature young kid to kind of growing up and having a family and all their friendships and their relationships and the memories for them. And, so it goes so far beyond hockey and obviously the hockey memories and the things that have happened and gone on here have been truly something spectacular. And I never could have hoped or dreamed of it would have gone the way it did. So there's a lot of emotions on both sides, and, just grateful for everything. And I knew once that video game on, it'd be tough. So, and it was, but it was great. I'm very appreciative for the moment and what the Bruins did for me here tonight and what the fans did.
Marshy, I'm not going to lie to you. I hate seeing you in that jersey, but incredibly happy for you. Really am.
Thank you.
And after watching you all these years here, what was it like for you? I mean, first time you've ever been traded, obviously, to walk in. I know you've been asked this, but for our benefit, walk into that locker room, seeing all those guys that you've battled with for how many years, and guys that you hated out on the ice, and now you're going to be a teammate and go on the run that you guys did last year.
Yeah, it was very different. It was a situation, like you said, I had never been in before. Obviously, I played on different teams growing up and stuff, but the last 15 years or whatever it's been, I knew one thing and I knew one organization and I knew how to do things one way. And I was walking into a completely different one. And at the time, I was very disappointed about it. Things didn't work out and they played out much differently than I thought they were. And the year was stressful and because we weren't performing the way we were supposed to. And I just didn't get a deal done. And so I was really frustrated with that. But I also knew that, I had an incredible opportunity in front of me. So, going there, I wanted to make the most of it. I really didn't expect to be able to sign back with Florida. I would have loved to, but I didn't think it was going to be possible just with the cap situation they were in. So I just kind of went into it with the mindset I'm going to enjoy every second of it. I don't know how long it's going to be. I don't know how we're going to do, but I know we have an incredibly deep team and an awesome group of guys. I met a bunch of them at the Four Nations, and then I played with a bunch of guys already that had been signed or traded there. So, it was a good starting point to go in the room. And then obviously just there's such a mutual respect with guys that you compete against as much as you dislike them. Once you're on the same team, you're pulling on the same rope and you'll bleed for that guy. And it all came together very quick. I was really impressed and loved the way that they did things here. And, it was kind of an environment that I kind of grew up in and I appreciated and wanted to be part of again. So yeah, it was a lot going into it, and then I fell in love with it really quick, and it obviously worked out incredibly well. And then when Bill kind of had the conversation with me that he wanted to keep me around, I was pretty excited about it. And and when everybody signed back, it just kind of all worked out really well. And obviously there's you got to make the most of every opportunity in this game. It can pass us by so quick, and it does go by so quick, and you can't waste a day. So I just try to enjoy it, and it worked out really well.
Archie, one last question for you. You guys, you knew you were going to be without Tkachuk a little while in this season. Then Barkov goes down during training camp. You entered a team that already had, tremendous leadership structure. Has that impacted, kind of your standing at all and what you need to do in that department?
Not really. A little bit at times, but I just kind of naturally am myself at this point and where I'm at in my career. Feel very comfortable in the room and there's just moments where I feel like I need to talk and maybe talk a little bit more, not just because Chucky's out, but because Kulikov's out and we lost Nate Schmidt. So we lost a few voices in the room, and guys are just energetic and loud. And, so I think it just kind of falls on me because I'm naturally like that to talk a little bit more. So I think more than anything, guys are probably just annoyed with me. But no, other than that, I mean, there's a lot of really, really good leaders. I mean, when you walk into this room, I was so impressed with the way the guys did things, and they're quiet, like a lot of quiet leaders where they just go about their business and they're extremely, extremely good pros. So it's easy to kind of follow, what they're doing, and they just know how to be dialed in. So, I think that's just maybe the only thing is it's a little bit quieter with some of the voices out of the room, but still incredible leadership group.
Brad Marchand joining us in the post-game show on Tuesday night. I wanted to give you an opportunity to hear what it meant to him to be back here at TD Garden. We are at TD Garden again tonight, and it's the Bruins won and the Ducks won after one period. We will get a check of the Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Puka, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. Because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The three-row Lexus TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hey, Ryan Williams here with 128 Plumbing, Heat, and Cooling and Electric, home of Finish Strong Friday. And at 128, we are proud to be local and independently owned since 1992. And this year, we're excited to announce that we are now certified evergreen. which is a certification that speaks to long-term commitment and remaining privately held, with a focus on people over short-term profits and exits. Learn more on our website or social media at call128.com.
You'll get more than you expect with McValue at McDonald's. So when you've spent too much on a night out, get deals on the after party. When you've got date night, get deals on favorites that'll make you their favorite. And when you've got family for the weekend, we've got breakfast.
It only takes $5 to fire up the flavor with the hot and spicy McChicken in the $5 meal deal. Or $6 to savor a McDouble in the $6 meal deal. Price and participation may vary. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey, it's Beetle from my dealership, 495 Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Lowell, where you'll save thousands on all new Ram light duty, heavy duty, and ProMaster vans. Or choose the lowest lease payments of the year on all Ram trucks. Visit 495ram.com.
Hi, Joe Giacalone here, owner of Arch Painting, and we have some exciting news. Arch Painting Residential has officially become Paint Zen. Same trusted team, same expert painters. Now with the power of rapid-fire technology to make it easy to quote and book your home painting job in just minutes. And now's the perfect time of year to give your home a fresh coat of paint. So hire Paint Zen for all your fall improvement projects. Get started at paintzen.com.
Champions play here, the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Easily Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Bruins fans in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, show your black and gold pride with an official Boston Bruins license plate. Proceeds support local youth hockey programs. Learn more and register today at bostonbruins.com/license plate. The Bees and the Ducks are knotted at 1. After one period of play at the Garden tonight, Casey Middlestat opened the scoring for Boston. Drew Hellison evened the score for Anaheim. 11 saves so far for Jonas Korpisalo. A massive illegal gambling bust today by the Feds. Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Heat guard Terry Rozier among more than 30 people arrested in an alleged operation that rigged poker games and NBA player props. The league has placed both Billups and Rozier on leave. Celtics looking ahead to the Knicks tomorrow night after falling to the Sixers last night. Patriots back in the practice field today as they get ready for the Browns on Sunday. Kyle Duggar limited. He was a new addition to the injury report with a knee issue. Tonight, Thursday Night Football getting underway momentarily. The Chargers take on the Vikings. Game 1 of the World Series between the Dodgers and the Blue Jays set for tomorrow night. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your drive-thru oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. Bruins and Ducks tied at 1. I'm Matt McCarthy. RJ and Ken Hodge have the call of the second period next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Layer on the flavor with the DQ sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
All right, fans, all your favorite NBA players are back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is the place to bet on NBA stars this season. With more markets open for more of the game, DraftKings, the #1 sportsbook for live betting, is live when others aren't. New customers bet just $5 and get 3 months of NBA League Pass, plus score $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. That's code SportsHub. Bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass, plus get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours.
Hope is here. 800-327-5050 or gamblinghelplinema.org. 21 plus. Play it smart from the start. GameSenseMA.com. Massachusetts only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. NBA League Pass auto renews until canceled. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
Ladies and gentlemen, football fans of Foxborough, are you ready to tackle cyber threats? IntraSystems, New England's leader in cybersecurity solutions, presents the ultimate defensive front against malware, phishing, and cyber blitzes with Barracuda's XDR solution. Barracuda's XDR solution is relentless, fast, and always keeping threats in check. Contact IntraSystems today to protect your business with the champions of cybersecurity. Remember, a good defense wins championships and keeps your data safe. Access Security Trust. IntraSystems.com.
The question always comes up, where to take your vehicle for reliable and trustworthy service, whether it's repair or just maintenance. I know just the place. Meineke Car Care is your one-stop shop for total car care. They handle engines, brakes, oil, tires, and yeah, they do mufflers too. Each Meineke is independently owned and operated. That's why I trust them to handle the maintenance of my personal vehicle. Meineke prides itself on providing exceptional customer service. Go to Meineke.com for the location near you and schedule an appointment today. Trust your key with Meineke, doing car care right.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and Ducks tied at 1 after one period. We are joined downstairs by Michael Callahan, who's playing his first NHL game of the season here tonight. Michael, your overall thoughts on the pace that you guys were able to set early on in that first period?
Yeah, I thought we had a good start. Going in with our game plan today, we kind of wanted to keep things simple and defend hard, but play fast when we get the chance going offensively, and I think we did that. We had some good rush chances and some good looks.
Looks like you guys did a great job of forechecking as well and creating traffic in front of Mrazek.
Yeah, they got some skilled D, so, we got some big bodies up front, so we want to finish some hits down there, make it hard for them down low.
You got 17 NHL games last year here in Boston. Second time around, kind of coming up, early on in this season. Do you feel a little bit more comfortable?
Yeah, for sure. I think any experience up here is just so valuable. So my second year, getting another shot up here, definitely feel more comfortable just being around the guys and playing at this pace.
Just real quick, what's the message that you get from Marco Sturm as you get in the lineup tonight?
Just keep it simple. Play simple, defend as hard as I can, and make it hard for their forwards. But just move the puck when I get it, and yeah.
I appreciate the time. Good luck in the second period.
Thank you.
Thanks to Michael Callahan for joining us. He's brought to you by TD Bank. TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. We head to the second period, tied at 1, Bruins and Ducks. Ryan Johnston joined tonight by Kenny Hodge, former Bruin, in for Bob Beers, who's taken a couple of games off for a family event this week. Look forward to having him back with us in Ottawa on Monday night. I'm sure he's looking forward to it. I know that's one of his favorite trips of the year, going up to Ottawa every year.
Sure it is. He might meet you up there.
Yeah.
Spend a couple extra days.
So as we get the second period underway, Bruins will be moving from right to left here in period number 2. Terry going to dump it in behind Korpisalo. Faced 12 Duck shots in that first period, stopped 11. Bruins had 19 shots on goal in that first period. As the puck played off the near boards by Granlund toward the slot. Ricochets off the wall. Hit on Zellweger over there by Viel. Couldn't win the puck, and now a scramble in front of Korpisalo. And that puck either hit the post or Korpisalo made an amazing save down on his side without a stick. Bruins will survive it as Jeannot moves it out into neutral ice. Here's Minton cutting to the right wing side, and a pass blocked off by Zellweger. Viel on the far side boards keeps it alive to Jeannot. Out of the corner, gets it back to Peak. Just in front of the Bruins bench. Down low it comes to Janot. Steps through that far side. Gets it back to Peak again at the right point. Zadorov near side with a shot through traffic. And Mrazek somehow reached out and stabbed that with the glove.
Two real good saves by both goaltenders. I don't think Korpisalo even saw that initial shot. Zellweger got the scoring opportunity. Gets a puck down in front of the net. Just off to his left. It just hits him as he's moving from his left to right. Loses his goal stick in the meantime. Nesterenko with that scoring opportunity. Fortunate for the Bruins there, and they come back down and get a scoring opportunity down the other end by Zadorov. Shot goes through some traffic, and that Mrazek didn't even know he had that puck in his glove. He's looking around for it. He's in his glove.
So a bit of a scrambly first minute of this second period, but we're still tied, and the puck gets volleyed out in a neutral ice here by Helleson. Carlson reaching for it over by the Anaheim bench. Will drop it back for Lacombe. Helleson from his own blue line. Gets to the red and dumps it in. All the way around the boards it goes to the far side. Gauthier hit and held by Peak. Centering pass. Killorn in front. Couldn't get it teed up in time before the Bruins converged on him. And now Pasternak takes away from Lacombe. Coming up the right wing side. Pasta all by himself. Geekie goes crashing into the far corner now against Lacombe. Knocks him to the ice. But he's able to get back up. Play it back around toward the near side. Killorn. Over to Lacombe, coming out toward his own blue line. Now harassed by Geekie as he came through the neutral ice, and deep it comes in behind Korpisalo as the Ducks go for a change.
You want to see that first line do that again. Forecheck the puck.
Deflected pass gets deep. Mrazek out behind the net. Plays it around the far side, but taken away. And they set up Callahan for a one-timer at the near circle. Arvidsson from behind the net with that pass. Mrazek made the save. Bruins able to keep possession here. Middlestat in the left wing corner. Arvidsson reversed it up the near wall, back to Callahan to the point, over to the far side, Jokiharju. His shot attempt was blocked by Seneca and lifted back out to center ice. Jokiharju gloves that down and drops it back to Callahan.
A nice job by Arvidsson in the offensive zone to get that puck to Callahan at that left point position. Got a great scoring opportunity from that area.
This is the line that produced the Bruins goal in the first period. As the puck off the near boards, out of the reach of Johnston, and that will be an icing here against Anaheim.
Now, again, go back to what the Bruins need to do here. They did a great job the first 5 minutes of that first period of forechecking, creating turnovers, getting traffic in front of Mrazek. Arvidsson does a nice job of getting on that forecheck, getting that puck from right to left and bringing it up to the left point position. Now everybody is pulled in for the Anaheim Mighty Ducks below the top of the faceoff circles. That gives Callahan that open area to get that scoring opportunity.
Off the draw, Kastelik with a shot that blocked off the leg of Minchikov. Lohrei to keep alive. Bouncing puck near circle. Kastelik tried to shoot it, but couldn't get it to settle in time. Kastelik riding Johnston into the boards out in the neutral ice. Free puck into the Anaheim zone. Trouba will drop it back in behind. Trouba came over, trade from the Rangers last December. Asamont able to take one away. Urho Vakanainen among the haul going the other way for New York as Mrazek gobbles up that shot and hangs on for the whistle.
Asamont with that opportunity down that right wing side as the Bruins move the puck from left to right into an area, allowing him to skate into that puck. Mrazek had to keep that left post covered as he tried to go short side with that scoring opportunity. And again, Bruins did a nice job of transitioning from defense to offense to get that puck into in a soft area where their guy could get the loose puck.
Face off to the left of Mrazek off the draw. Zadorov played it off the far boards. Minton collides over there with Zellweger. Puck pushed out into the neutral ice. Peak and Zadorov are back here for Boston. Janot carries it up across the line. Backhanded down deep. Viel. Collision behind the net with Helleson. Zadorov back at the near point with a drive, and that one scooped up by Mrazek as Viel gets into it in front of the net with, well, just about anybody who is standing in front of him.
Nice job by Zadorov at that left point position to get the shot down to the front of the net. He saw that there was traffic in front of that net as Mrazek again kicked the big rebound out initially. Zadorov walks down, gets that scoring opportunity. Talk about Viel. That's where you have to go. When you're a third line player, you want to get more ice time, go to that danger area, get those loose pucks. That's exactly what he did there. unfortunately for him, bound to be had as Mrazek's able to hold on to that puck before that went on that shot from Zadorov.
Some interesting comments this morning about Fraser Minton in reference to VL moving on to that line tonight from Marco Sturm, who said, he thought Minton kind of, had his chest puffed out a little bit the first few games of the season, but he's been playing a little bit more shy, as Sturm said. And he thinks, having VL alongside might open up a little bit more space for the youngster and maybe help him puff that chest out a little bit more tonight.
A tough guy will do that for you.
Yeah. Killorn just in across the Boston line. Skates down toward the near corner, trying to keep it away from Zadorov. Now back to Lacombe, stepping in from that left point. Middlestat blocked a shot at the top of the circle. Lacombe all the way down to the end boards. Now pivots back down low. For Gauthier, the back of the net. Tried to center it. Taken away as it ricocheted off of Elias Lindholm over to Middlestat and cleared up ice. Here is Killorn. Across the line. Ridden into the boards by Zadorov again. Cleared, and here's Arvidsson. Through the neutral zone. Gives it off on the left side for Middlestat. High shot. Blocker stopped by Mrazek. Rebound scooped up by Carlson. Gauthier at the red line will dump it in. Coming up on 5 minutes gone here in the second period. Game tied at 1. Callahan's pass pushed up ice by Pasternak. Geekie gives it to Lindholm, and from the red line tried to dump it in. Gets cut off. Thrown back toward the Boston zone, but that's going to go for an icing as Callahan had a step on Seneca.
Right before a little bit of the icing right there. Middlestat has an opportunity down the left-hand side. Again, the Bruins did a nice job of transitioning defense to offense. They move the puck to the right side. They flip it all the way back over the left side. It's a 2-on-2 because half the Bruins are going for a line change. Half the Ducks went for a line change as well. Created that space. Mrazek was forced to make a nice save.
Ducks control from their defensive zone on the faceoff. Geekie knocked it out of the air with a high stick, but played by Anaheim, so wave that off. Seneca moving forward along the near right wing side for the Ducks. Pushed back out toward the blue line by Callahan. Wheeled the puck down into the corner, but Yoki Harju was there. Pasternak looking across for Geekie. Off of Karam, he one times it deep. Pasternak able to take one away from Hellison and sent one right through the doorstep, but Geekie held off by Minchikov. Here's Lindholm, high slot with a shot. Save made. Lohrei rebound in front. Geekie couldn't quite handle it, and then McAvoy's shot partially blocked. Just missed the net. Seneca will bring the Ducks back forward. They've got some numbers if they can get moving here. Seneca tried to drop it off along the far side, turning with it. Zellweger lost it off the end of his stick. McAvoy steers ahead. Here's Pasternak toward the end of his shift, trying to drop one for Geekie, but that gets taken away. If Pasternak wasn't at the end of his shift, he was gone on that one. As Corrali throws one toward the net, Pasta's still out there. He was starting to head back to the bench, but then they got the puck back and decided to stay out.
Both guys, unfortunately, towards the tail end of their shift, they couldn't really create a really good scoring opportunities. Pasternak gets stuck behind the two defensemen for the Ducks.
Lohrei around the near side. Thrown out into neutral ice by Asamont. Picked off by Trouba. 13:40 to play in the period. McAvoy from the near corner. Up the wall. Kastelik able to hold off Johnston and get it out. Ducks will send it right back in. Korpisalo stays put as that one rattles around the glass. McAvoy missed Lohrei with a pass. Thrown back toward the net. Ricochets wide off a redirect. Colangelo tried to shoot from the near circle. That was blocked. Comes to Johnston in the corner. Centering pass taken away by Corrali, but he can't get it cleared. And now Asamont blocks a shot that goes up and out of play over the end glass. 13:10 to play here in the second period. It's the Bruins 1 and the Ducks 1 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV at your local Honda dealers.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Matthew Slater. I didn't earn my team's trust on game day. I earned it in every rep, and that's how Ira does it too. They show up for you every time with respect, honesty, and an expert team ready at every turn. No pressure, no runaround, just real help. Because Ira's playbook is about people, not plays. I love Ira because they've earned my trust mile after mile.
Visit your local Ira dealership today or visit us online at iracars.com.
Atomic Coffee Roasters, a second-generation family business roasting fresh in Peabody. Get subscriptions, cold brew cans, or unwind with Atomic Black, their signature coffee liqueur. Find it statewide or at drinkatomic.com/radio. Atomic Coffee Roasters, spreading positive energy one cup at a time.
I know, Nelson. I'm telling them. Winter doesn't knock politely. It kicks the door in. That's why Super Service Today gives your home more than a tune-up. It gets a winter defense plan, a deep camera look inside your furnace's heart, an examination of the drains and filters, and pressure tests that spot trouble before it's too late. It's $199 and also makes you a Total Care member where you get 2 free visits per year, priority scheduling, and peace of mind. Because when winter bares its teeth, we have your back. Book now at superservicetoday.com.
Hey, get to Barmakian Jewelers' store-wide fall sale going on now. Almost everything is on sale. Diamond rings, wedding bands, watches, diamond jewelry, rings, and more. Enjoy incredible savings at Barmakian Jewelers for 1 week only. Boston, Framingham, and Nashua, Barmakian.com.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Back here at TD Garden, Bruins and the Ducks are tied at 1, 13-10 to play here in the second period. And during the timeout, Bruins here on Hockey Fights Cancer Night asking fans to hold up their signs as to who they are fighting for in the fight against cancer. And as we said at the beginning, we've all been touched by it in some way, shape, or form. And hopefully for not too much longer as they continue to fight for a cure. Off the face-off, Ducks try to get a quick shot off. Terry shot blocked. Bruins are going to get whistled for an icing here.
Absolutely love what the NHL does. It's a great thing to do. And as you mentioned, Ryan, everyone's touched by it. And you hope that someday, soon, there's a cure for a lot of people. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are. Everyone seems to be affected by cancer.
We lost as Korpisalo kicks one away in front. Lost my mom 4 years ago this month. She is always in my thoughts, but especially on this night every season. As the puck is brought around the near side, Jeannot will get it cleared. A bouncing puck back into the Anaheim zone. Mintnikov chased down by Viel. Terry will take it from the near side. Trouba moved it through neutral ice. Now straight on shot, scooped up with the glove by Korpisalo, and he'll hang on to it. By the way, word from the Anaheim Ducks, Radko Gudas, defenseman, took a spill into the corner in the first period, is out with a lower body injury, will not return tonight.
That was the Viel check, I think, and the forecheck towards the end of that first period there. He went down hard into the boards. Looks like skates first.
Yeah.
I never want to think about what kind of injury it could be, but hopefully for him he'll be back soon. Good opportunity right there again for the Ducks as Trouba jumped up in the play, made that a 3-on-2. Shot comes from out high, I should say, and a nice job by Korpisalo.
So Ducks down to 5D for the rest of the night and lose some of the toughness out of their lineup as well with Gudas. As Zacha chips one toward the net, Mrazek will steer that aside. Right on to Gauthier. On the near side boards, Middlestad able to step in front of a pass intended for Gauthier. And the Bruins try and get set up on offense. Jokiharju's pass, though, picked off. And Anaheim headed back the other direction. Redirected back toward their blue line. Gauthier will get it deep. Korpisalo let Jokiharju have it in front of the net. Shot it up the far boards and back out into neutral ice. Under Gauthier. Pass to Carlson. Couldn't find the handle on it. Arvidsson will play it back into the attack zone here for Boston. Middlestat going into the corner against Hellison. Lacombe gets a stick on it around toward the near circle. Pasternak able to reach in there in front of Gauthier. But now Lacombe has it and throws it back out into neutral ice. Pasternak gets the feed right back across the line. Throws one toward Mrazek. Got a piece of it. Elias Lindholm was hoping for a rebound there along the near circle. Taken away. Colangelo back out to center ice. McAvoy to Pasternak, and right back in they come. Here's Geekie. Scores! Morgan Geekie from the high slot rips one on the stick side. It's 2-1 Bruins.
Another good job of the Bruins by transitioning from defense to offense. Puck's turned over at their defensive blue line. They move it right up to Pasternak. Pasternak's able to find Geekie, who has found a soft spot in the defensive zone. As Anaheim their two defensemen kind of backed off, allowing that seam to be created. Nice pass by Pasternak, and as you mentioned, Ryan, going stick side on Mrazek. was Geeky with a little bit of traffic in front. Not sure if Mrazek saw that one all the way. But a really nice job of transition by the Bruins to get that puck into the back of the net.
Geeky scored the goal to tie the game at 3 here on Tuesday night. We played the soundbite for you before the game tonight. He said he felt like his line was starting to put it together. They get one here and get the Bruins back in front. For Geeky, that's 4 on the year. Ducks will play deep into the Bruins zone here with Nestorenko chipping toward the corner. Granlund took a hit from Pete. Out of the far corner, Kastelik got it up the wall, but not out. Thrown back around toward the near side, and Corrali will get it. Up the left side, ricochets toward Kastelik, racing toward the Anaheim net. Won't be able to catch up to that puck before Mrazek gets it covered.
You talk about Morgan Geeky now starting to score a little bit, finding that groove now. He was gripping the stick a little bit before that Florida game. Gets that goal to tie the game up. Comes out now, gets a goal again. That line is starting to heat up a little bit for the Bruins. That's exactly what they need, is get that top line going. That carries everybody else with you. Once you see that top line going, you want to go with them as well.
Geeky, 33 goals, 57 points last year. I think he had 1 goal as of November 12th before he went on that run, and he and Pasternak really connected. As Zacha wins an attack zone faceoff, Arvidsson got tangled up with Killorn and couldn't get to that puck in time. Carlson moved it out. And now the Ducks coming into the Bruins zone, but denied an easy entry as Zacha sweeps it back the other way and just offside. Mittelstadt begs to differ as he was chasing that puck into the Anaheim zone, he and Arvidsson. We got 10:18 to play here in the second period, and the Bruins with a 2-1 lead. They turned on the light for us to take a break, but it's not time for that quite yet.
And the Bruins did a really nice job there. The Anaheim came over the blue line about 3 or 4 feet inside the offensive zone. Zacha forced the play before they could set up, creates that 2-on-1 opportunity to go in the other direction. Unfortunately, Mittelstadt was just a little bit offside.
Off the face-off, Ducks with control of the puck. Hellison up the near board. Seneca shoved by Lohrei, pokes that puck back toward the Anaheim zone. Hellison again. Up the near side, helped in deep by Mason McTavish. Korpisalo got it to Lohrei from the near corner for Jeannot. Cross-ice pass, chased by McAvoy, able to bat it forward. Here's Minton, whips one through the slot. Off of Karen Viel, right in front. Minton had a wide-open net. Mrazek able to recover and get a piece of it and take one away from the kid.
Minton held it just a little bit too long, allowed Mrazek to get back.
Here's Jeannot. Pass was just behind Minton. Off the Karam far side. Jokiharju would drive, and that one blocked in the slot. Nestorenko laid it off the far boards and out into neutral ice and batted forward by Seneca as he heads off in a change for Anaheim. 9:25 to go here in the second period. Trouba. It's a ricochet back into his own zone by Elias Lindholm, and now an errant pass by Lacombe. Comes all the way down toward Korpisalo. He hands it off for Jokiharju. Lindholm trying to find Pasternak at the attacking blue line. Had it hit a leg. Lacombe and Geeky get tangled up over by the Bruins bench. Terry will bring back into the Boston end. Hacked at by Geeky. Far corner. Killorn trying to protect the puck. Does. Gets it back to Lacombe. Winds. Fires. Deflected shot. Trickled just wide of the near post. Blocked through the high slot here by Terry. Hands back to the blue line for Lacombe. His pass skipped through Carlson. Comes in behind the Bruins net. Carlson in pursuit. Takes a shoulder from Jokiharju. Lacombe gives it back off. Shot and they score. Cutter Gauthier. As that one may have been redirected in front, and the Ducks answer right back. We're tied at 2.
Talked about the Bruins forechecking and getting opportunities based on their forecheck. There's a great example of Anaheim doing a great job of Lacombe jumping into the play as a defenseman and getting the puck towards the net. Looks like Killorn was in front of that net. Might have redirected this shot by Gauthier. Korpisalo had no chance, but go back to the Mrazek save that kept this game at 2-1. And now it's 2-2 all of a sudden because of the save by Mrazek. But again, the forecheck pressure by Anaheim creates this opportunity. Traffic in front, no chance for Korpisalo.
So 8.5 minutes to go in the second, and it's once again a tie game. Peak will retreat back into his own zone to get the puck. Zadorov to Asimov, deflected pass. Peak jumping up will carry ahead to the blue line, but Kastelik had been forced across the line offside, and that'll bring us to a timeout. 8:14 to go, second period. Bruins 2, Ducks 2. Here on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. But try picking your fave from all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Artificial intelligence, AI, has made my life so much easier. So has IA. Yep, my independent agent. She's a wizard when it comes to delivering great coverage at a great price. She bundled our home and auto with safety insurance. And with Safety's app that monitors driving habits, we saved even more. AI is great. For insurance, so is real intelligence. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll help you manage life storms.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hit 98.5thesportshub.com.
Morgan Geeky's fourth goal of the year, set up by David Pasternak and Charlie McAvoy at 8:49. With those feeds, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck. 8:14 to go here in the second. We're tied at 2. That's because the Ducks answered back a little under 3 minutes later. Cutter Gauthier's fifth of the year from Jackson Lacombe and Leo Carlson at 11:29. The scoring on that one. McTavish going to bring it toward the Boston line. Right wing pass for Seneca. Forced down into the corner. Callahan regains the puck against Colangelo. Tossed out into neutral ice. McTavish just a step ahead of Corrali. Seneca getting back into the Boston zone, but gets knocked down by Callahan. Puck trickles harmlessly toward the crease, covered up by Korpisalo.
And going back to that Anaheim goal, Lacombe does a really nice job of chip. It kept coming down into the offensive zone, keeping that puck going forward. Gauthier does a nice job of getting into a soft area where no Bruins were able to get out there to get that. It looked like it hit something in front of the net. I'm not sure if it hit Korpisalo's blocker or what happened there, but it kind of snuck through him with traffic in front, and we thought it was Killorn initially, but yeah, they give it to Gauthier.
Face-off win by Minton, near circle down to our right. We get a fight right off the face-off. And it is Jeannot and Ross Johnston. Johnston trying to go on the offensive right away. Jeannot fires back a couple of right hands. Well, right by Johnston. And they are right on the inside of the near face-off circle. Johnston with an uppercut. Jeannot fires back a right, couple of left jabs in there as well. And now Jeannot knocks off the helmet of Johnston. That draws a roar from the crowd. Johnston with an uppercut. Oh, Jeannot tagged him with a right there. Jersey starting to pull up over Johnston's head as they twist around again. Still plenty of space here. Jeannot going over and under. And now starting to tire out a bit. Now lands an uppercut. Has Johnston on the defensive. And they hold each other at arm's length. And they've punched each other out. The linesmen jump in there. First of the year for Tanner Jeannot. First as a Bruin.
That's a job I would not want to have. Right? You drop the puck on the faceoff. One guy said, let's go. The other guy said, all right, let's go. And the way they went, not sure what happened that led to this, but Jeannot does a nice job. All his teammates come over and congratulate him. Maybe spark the team a little bit as well. Maybe, I'm not sure. It looks like from the replay from Nesson that it might have started in the warm-ups.
They're having a chat right there near center ice. Well, Ross Johnston, certainly no stranger to it.
Yeah.
He has that'll make it 487 penalty minutes in 251 NHL games in his career. And Tanner Jeannot is certainly not shy about it either. A little bit of extra buzz in the building here with 7:46 to go in the second. 2-2 game. And a face-off win in the defensive zone. Lohrei gets it to the blue line, but not out. A little help out from VL to get it out of the zone. And now up the near side, Geekie will send it around deep inside the Anaheim end. Here's McAvoy from the blue line with a shot that skimmed just wide on the glove side. Heavy hit by Geekie along the near boards on Seneca. Puck comes out towards center ice. We get a whistle and offside here as that puck was bounding around near the blue line.
Yeah, the McAvoy shot. I don't think Mrazek ever saw that till the very end. It almost hit him in the head, actually. I mean, he never saw that puck. And again, that's traffic in front of the net. And that's what the Bruins have done a good job of tonight, is getting that traffic to the front of the net, getting those opportunities. The guys fighting the puck a little bit in the net. That's where you're going to score your goals, if you go to the net and create those opportunities. And that's what the Bruins have been doing all night.
Face off right at center ice here to resume things. Kastelik will match up against Granlund. And off the face-off, the Ducks will control it. Bruins with 30 shots on goal in the first 33 minutes of this game. Their season high is 33. Here is Asamont. Here's center ice. Pass off the right wing side for Corrali with some speed. Drops it off for McAvoy. One-timer. Ends up going wide of the net. Terry will bring the Ducks back through neutral ice. He gets bumped off his stride. McAvoy feeds Corrali, trying to hand it to Kastelik. Second effort. Kastelik gets it deep. Mrazek sends it right back to that far side. Michikov with a pass into the middle. Granlund going to dump it in to the left of Korpisalo, and all the way back around it comes to Zadorov. Backhanded through center here by Arvidsson. Zaka ends up offside, comes back to tag up. Ducks with possession. Ooh, Carlson was coming out into neutral ice. Zaka was headed right for him. Carlson looked up at the last moment and then lost possession of the puck.
Those are little buddy passes that you don't want to forget, right? You look back for that puck and boom.
Here's Gauthier in the near side corner. Lifted it up the middle off the glove of Middlestat. Carlson steers it out of the zone. Killorn gets it back toward Carlson, but out of his reach. Middlestat lost his stick in a battle for that puck. Zadorov blocked one in the slot. We get a whistle and a hand pass here against the Ducks. Will take us to a timeout with 5:50 to go in the second period. Bruins 2, Anaheim 2. On the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players. Like the iconic Ford Bronco Sport. It not only looks great, but its 4x4 capability means it can handle just about any kind of weather. And the rugged Ford Explorer, with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Hi, it's Jason Todd, VP of New England for Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. What makes Blue Sky unique compared to other restoration companies? At Blue Sky, we take care of everything from beginning to end, so we're the only call you need to make. So if your home or business experiences property damage from water, fire, mold, or storms, don't panic. With locations across the region, our team will be there in no time to get you back on your feet. Visit goblusky.com. Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers. 5:50 to go here in the second period. Bruins and Ducks even at 2 goals apiece. And a face-off coming up just outside the Boston blue line. Ducks control that. Ellison will rip it around the glass in the Bruins zone. Jokiharju back behind the net to Callahan. Near side taken off the wall by Ellison, and the Ducks will get set up on offense. Seneca taking a tour of the offensive zone, going toward the far corner. Got a little off balance courtesy of Viel. That helps loosen the puck up. Callahan will play it up the near side, but that's going to get for an icing. Minton not quite fast enough to get past Jackson Lacombe.
Ellison does a nice job from that right point position of moving down into the slot, into the offensive zone, I should say, to keep that puck in there and forcing the Bruins to kind of take this icing call. They're kind of running around a little bit in their defensive zone, but nice job by Ellison on that right point to move in. Anaheim has 5 defensemen. What should the Bruins do? Get the puck in, forecheck, get traffic in front, try to get them tired as a defenseman.
Ellison, one of a number of players with Hockey East and or Massachusetts ties on this Anaheim team. He's a former BC Eagle, as is Nestorenko, Gauthier, shot off the outside of the net. Sam Colangelo out of Stoneham, Mass, and Northeastern. Frankie Vetrano from UMass. There is Granlund just inside the Boston blue line. Plays it around Viel down toward the corner. Callahan reversed it toward the near side. Granlund picks it up at the hash marks. Centering pass. Terry had to tee it up and then missed the net on the stick side. Another centering pass. Jokiharju got a piece of that. Forced in behind the net by Granlund. Callahan holds him up. Nestorenko coming out of the corner with the puck. Turns. Fires. That blocked in front by Callahan. Came right to Trouba. And he shoots and scores. And Anaheim grabs their first lead with 4:36 to go in the second. It's 3-2.
Another Anaheim defenseman moving in and getting involved in the offense. And that's Trouba coming in from his right point position. Broken play. The puck just gets thrown towards the front of the net. It hits off the Callahan, the defenseman. But who's at the faceoff dot? Trouba, the defenseman for Anaheim. He shouldn't be down there, but he is, because he wants to jump into the offense and create opportunities. And that's exactly what happens. Korpisalo gets a piece of the Trouba opportunity, but not enough as this puck sneaks past him. And the Bruins, who've done such a great job of being offensive and getting opportunities for themselves, now find themselves trailing.
Second goal of the season, or excuse me, first of the season for Jacob Trouba, as we get a whistle and a quick icing call here against Anaheim. First of the season, second as a Duck for Trouba, who came over in December of last year from the Rangers.
But again, they got to be up there. They're jumping up in the play, and they're keeping the puck in the offensive zone, knowing that the Bruins have a better opportunity to create offense in their defensive zone. Anaheim now is taking a page from the Bruins and now getting their defensemen to get active in their offensive zone and keeping pucks in.
4.5 minutes to go here in the second period. Steal here by Gauthier, bringing up through neutral ice. Tried to get it deep. Deflected off of Lohrei. Does get to the end wall. Gauthier gets in there with a steal behind the net. Headed toward the near circle for Killorn. But taken away. Arvidsson to Lohrei coming through center. Dumped in around behind Mrazek. Arvidsson in there on the forecheck. Able to win that puck. Bring it toward the near circle. Tried to shoot. Ellison got a stick on it. An outlet pass comes to Killorn. Angles it off the near side. Gauthier moving in. Gets the shot from in tight on Korpisalo. And then both Zacha and Zadorov went down in pursuit of that puck and went hard into the wall. And Zadorov is slow in getting up, and then as he tries to stand, hopefully it looks like he might have lost a skate blade. It's not like he's definitely shaken up and is still on his knees, but I think he lost a skate blade in that collision with the wall.
He absolutely lost his right skate blade, and that's why he's having a little tough time getting back to the bench here. And Gauthier had a little bit of a step on both Zacha and Zadorov, who got that backhand opportunity that Korpisalo made a save on. Nice to see Zadorov back up on his feet. And as you mentioned, Ryan, yeah, the skate blade came out when he crashed into that backboards.
So Dustin Stuck, the athletic trainer, came out to check on him, but brought a skate blade with him so that because I'm not sure I would want to help carry him back to the bench.
Say, who's going to pick him up and bring him back?
Zadorov's going to go up the tunnel here and get checked out with 3:58 to go in the second. So at least momentarily, the Bruins will be short a D-man as is Anaheim.
I wonder if he's got to go back for skate repair or something, right? Because if the blade came out, who knows if that's. If hopefully that's just the problem, and he's back real quick.
So it'll be a defensive zone face-off here for Boston with 3:58 to go in the period, down 3-2. Nestorenko and Granlund, the assists on Trouba's goal at 15-24, which is the difference in the game right now. Geekie over to Pasternak in the neutral zone. Tried to bank it ahead for Lindholm. That got picked off. Paling tripped up a bit coming to the Boston line. Bruins will come back the other way. Geekie looking to find a lane. Gives over to Peak. Now to Callahan for a shot, and that one right into the midsection of Mrazek. No rebound.
Nice job by the Bruins, though, attacking the offensive blue line and creating that opportunity. Nice job by the defenseman Peak as well to move that puck from his right to left back to Callahan. Fortunately for the Bruins, nobody in front of Mrazek. He's able to make that save with no traffic. That's an easy save for a goaltender.
That, by the way, is the voice of Kenny Hodge, former Bruin, filling in for Bob Beers here tonight and Saturday. Beersy is off for a family event here for the next couple of games. Face-off will be to the near circle to our left as Elias Lindholm matches up against Mason McTavish. Off the draw, Pasternak able to poke it and keep it alive. Lindholm toward the near boards, backhands it deep. Geekie from behind the net. It deflected off of Lacombe, came over the net out in front. And the Ducks able to recognize it just in time to avert disaster. Dump in off the glass. Korpisalo went behind the net, took a funny hop as it tends to do here at TD Garden. Now Lindholm pushing it just into the attack zone. We got a penalty coming up here against Anaheim. With 3:04 to go here in the second period, they're checking Elias Lindholm, make sure he is not cut. I believe roughing was the indication. Pavel Minchikov going to the box.
Looked like it might be a high stick too, or
2 minutes, high stick.
It is a high stick. Okay.
Minchikov got his stick up a little bit high, trying to knock that puck out of the air, and got Lindholm right in the face. Fortunately for Minchikov, it's only a 2-minute minor, but unfortunately for the Bruins, but they now have an opportunity in the power play to tie this game up the last 3 minutes of this period.
This will be their first power play chance of the night. They're going to start with what is normally the second unit here. Middlestat, Asimont, Arvidsson, Lohrei, and Jokiharju. From the near corner, Arvidsson backhands behind the net. Middlestat in front, and Asimont couldn't redirect that on. Lohrei, center blue line, shot, scores! And they cash in just 13 seconds into the power play. We are tied at 3.
The shot from the left point by Lohrei, I think, catches Mrazek a little bit off guard because he never reacted to this puck. It was actually almost halfway past him. But a good job by the Bruins to get to loose pucks, keep the puck in, keep it moving around the perimeter. Nice pass back to the point. There's one-time shot. Mrazek never reacted till the shot was past him.
This shot goes through the legs of Mikey Asimont, who's out on a high screen out between the circles.
Yep, and that's a good job again of getting to the front of the net. When that shot is taken, you want to get traffic in front of that goaltender and take away his eyes. Exactly what happens there.
So Mason Lohrei will get his first of the year. And we're even up with 2:44 to go here in the second period. As puck out of play.
That's got to feel good for him too, right? Coming off that game against Florida, took a little bit of a beating by himself and the coaching staff. A little bit, I'm sure. He's got to feel good about himself to get that goal and get himself going back in the positive direction.
So a face-off here at center ice, controlled by the Ducks via Carlson. Deflected toward the far wall. Gauthier couldn't catch up with it. McAvoy will get it deep toward Mrazek, who steers it away from the side of his net. 2.5 to go in the period. Off the near boards toward Killorn. Kicked away from him. Tracks it down. Gives to Gauthier on that right wing side. And around the Korpisalo, it goes into the far corner. Arvidsson able to tip McAvoy pass ahead. Middlestat tried to stop near the red line and lost the possession of the puck. McAvoy will chase it back toward his own end. Now here's Zacha getting a pass to the attacking blue line. The Middlestat left circle, looking in front for Arvidsson. Minchikov able to force that shot attempt wide. Carried out of the zone here by Colangelo. And McTavish get crossed up coming back through the neutral zone. And now inside of Anaheim territory, Asimont able to find a free puck. Corrali back to the point. Peak throws one in front, kicked off toward the far circle. Seneca will carry back through center ice. Try to go outside of Peak far side. They collide. Both guys go down. Michael Callahan with the puck on his backhand in some traffic. Peak digging for it in the far corner. Minute and a half to go here in the period. Corrali looking to go into the middle with it. Asimon waiting for it to get to him. Trouba nearly took it away from him, but Callahan steers to Kastelik. Asimon just onside was Corrali. Dumps around behind the net. Kastelik takes a heavy hit from Seneca behind the net. Stays with it. Minute 10 to go in the period. Ducks will come away with the puck here. Seneca out into neutral ice. McAvoy. The pass came toward McTavish, but he was without a helmet. Had to head to the bench and couldn't play the puck. Centering pass off the end of Corrali's stick. Jeannot off a feed from Viel. Bruins get set up here. Minton fanned on a shot attempt. Chases the puck to the near circle. Turns, fires. Hit a body in front as Viel was providing the screen. 38 seconds to go in the period. McAvoy holds in over by the Bruins bench. Gives to Jeannot. Try to set up for a shot. Had his pocket picked by Colangelo. Angled into the Bruins zone. Taken back by McAvoy. Long pass towards center ice. Cut off by Vetrano. Former Bruin back into the Boston zone. Low shot. Stick saved by Korpisalo. 15 to go in the period. Vetrano in the right wing corner here for the Ducks. Hellison at the right point. Steps toward the circle. Vetrano gets it back out near the blue line. Steps to the center. Takes a shot. That one never made it through to the net. 3 seconds to go. Lacombe, far circle, trying for another opportunity. And his shot is forced wide of the net. And brings us to the end of the period, as the Bruins and Ducks will head to the third period in a 3-3 tie. We'll step aside, be back to recap the first 40 minutes next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub, Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Electrical contractors, do you travel to job sites every morning wondering when your materials will arrive? Granite City Electric Supply can change that feeling and have your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery guaranteed by 6 a.m. to most job sites throughout New England. Or pick up at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations, providing convenient 24/7 access to materials for pickup on your schedule. Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to take an adventure with rugged capability and commanding style. Check out the Honda Ridgeline, Pilot, Passport, or CR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V.
See dealer for financing details.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. Football season is underway, and you can score big off the field, too. Here in Massachusetts, 1 in 10 people have unclaimed property. So visit findmassmoney.gov today to claim your winnings.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Hi, this is Michael Ferranti with the Massachusetts Energy Marketers Association. Our member companies serve over 800,000 customers using heating oil, propane, and renewable biofuel. Massachusetts regulators have approved lower winter electric rates only for homeowners using electric heat pumps. This is unfair to millions of others who prefer a different home heating fuel or cannot afford an expensive heat pump system. Heat pump users already receive incentives from MassSave and should not be given special treatment with lower electricity rates. By doing so, the state is choosing winners and losers. Learn more at massenergymarketers.org.
Miller Lite, the legendary light beer. If it could talk, it'd tell stories. And if you've had one, you've probably got a story worth telling. Here's to 50 years of Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
Arvidsson backhands behind the net, Middlestead in front, and Asamont couldn't redirect that on. Lohrei, center blue line, shot, scores! And they cash in just 13 seconds into the power play. We are tied at 3. Mason Lohrei's first goal of the season coming on the man advantage. Henry Jokiharju assisting along with Mikey Asamont. By the way, for Jokiharju, that is the 100th point of his career from the back end. And that tied the game at 3, which is where we stand at the end of 2 periods. 3-3 Ducks and Bruins, and this has been a back and forth game. Bruins kind of established themselves on the forecheck very early, were able to get an early lead, but Ducks have answered back every time Boston's been able to get in front, and vice versa.
It's almost like the Ducks took a page from what the Bruins did the first 5 minutes of the game. They dumped the puck in, their defense got active in the offensive zone, kept the puck in the offensive zone, and created opportunities for themselves, which is exactly what the Bruins were doing in the first 5 minutes of the game. Bruins seemed to get away from that a little bit towards the end of that first period, I should say. Picked it up a little bit towards the end of that second period. Mrazek's given up a lot of rebounds. So that tells me, get to the front of the net, get some traffic in front of them, get those second chance opportunities, especially with Anaheim only having 5 defensemen. Right? Take advantage of that. And, that's what the Bruins have to do here in the third period if they go on and win this hockey game. But as you mentioned, Ryan, back and forth. I mean, Bruins are up 1-0, tied 1-1. 2-1 Bruins, 2-2. Here we are, 3-3 going into the third.
It's talking about trying to get shots on goal, get traffic in front. Bruins have 32 shots through 2 periods. They had 19 in the first period, 13 in the second. They're only 1 off their season high, and we still got 20 minutes to go in this game.
Yeah, and that's something I think the coaching staff probably talked about. We got to get more pucks to the net. And Geeky talked about that as well. My line, we need to start generating more opportunities, exactly what they do. And he scores his goal. They back the defenseman off. Geeky finds a soft area in the offensive zone, creates that opportunity for himself, scores that goal. And, the more and more traffic, the more and more shot attempts you're going to get, the more and more opportunities you're going to get to score goals. And that's exactly what they're doing tonight, creating more scoring chances by getting pucks to the net and by getting traffic as well.
To me, the important thing here is we're through 40 minutes. The Bruins are even here going into the third period. Third period, they were even against Utah on Sunday and came out on the short end of the stick there. But a lot on that, couple of games on that road trip, and we saw, back in against Tampa here last Monday as well. They've been in big holes in the third period. Today, it's even up. Win a period, win a game.
And that's exactly what that has to be the philosophy. Win a period, win a game. And if you're looking at from the Anaheim side as well, these are the games they want to get into and teach the young guys how to win these games. Bruins, same thing, right? We've got a different whole new hockey team here. We're kind of trying to figure out who we have and what guys are going to play, what lines guys are going to play. Win a period, win a hockey game. Get yourself going. Get off that 5-game losing streak. Get some positive momentum going in. If you look at the standings, everything's really bunched up in that. You can go from what is it, 6th place or in like 2nd place in your division if you win a hockey game, right? And that's what the philosophy has to be. Let's start winning some hockey games. Here's a great opportunity for the Bruins to win the hockey game.
Yeah, in the early season right now in the Atlantic Division, Montreal and Detroit are the only 2 teams that are over 500 right now. Florida, Toronto, they're both at 500. Buffalo's a game under. You're 2 games under. So, an opportunity. Listen, a little early to start watching the standings, but if you're going to try and make a run at the playoffs, you don't want to fall too far behind. Thankfully, the Bruins aren't the only team in the division that's gotten off to a bit of a slow start so far.
I think I'd rather be the Bruins maybe than Tampa, right? With only 1 win,
right? They're coming home on. I mean, they've 1 win in 6 games right now, coming off a 4-game road trip. They're trying to get the ship righted down there. There's been a lot of that in the first 7-8 games around the league.
You don't want to give up too much separation because it's really hard as the season goes along to get those points back, right? So a game that you go into the game, and you never take anybody lightly. But on paper, you think, okay, the Bruins should handle the Ducks. You're at home. You have an opportunity to beat a team that's probably the same as you, maybe, right? Let's win a game at home. Let's get some points. Let's get some positivity going into that locker room. And here's an opportunity for you in the third period to do that.
Just a couple of things we'll keep our eye on when the third period gets underway. Number 1, Nikita Zadorov went to the locker room a few minutes early after hitting the boards hard in a collision. We'll see if he comes out to start the third period. Hopefully so, because the Bruins already, obviously, without Hampus Lindholm tonight. Jordan Harris is sitting this one out tonight. Michael Callahan, called up from Providence, is in the lineup. In addition to that, David Pasternak came out right at the end of the period there as the horn sounded, did a quick sprint around the ice, almost like he was testing himself out. So we'll keep our eye on that. Pasternak only had one shift in the last 8.5 minutes of that period. Now, it was almost a full minute-long shift that helped to lead to the penalty that led to the power play goal. But we didn't see him after that. So we'll keep our eye on that. Hopefully nothing wrong with him as well. So it's a 3-3 game after 2. Time now for our music of the game, brought to you by Live Nation. A Day to Remember and Yellow Card are hitting the road for the Maximum Fun Tour. See them at SNHU Arena on Saturday, November 8th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Check out the Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Mice scurrying around in the basement, spiders crawling in the shower, stink bugs creeping on every window. Fall in New England means that pests move in, unless you call Burgess Pest, my go-to for pest control. Local, fast, almost 100 years of proven results. BurgessPest.com. Built for New England, built to stop pests.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers.
When you own your own business, you need to keep things moving. Need to book a last-minute flight? Earn a $300 travel credit to cover that. Need to take a meeting before takeoff? Do it from the comfort of the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. Need to catch your breath before you board? Done. With $2,500 in annual value, the new Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business is the card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
The Greater Boston Sports Collector Show is back October 31st through November 2nd at Shriners Auditorium. Meet over 30 sports legends plus over 300 sports memorabilia dealers. Go to gbscconvention.com.
For over 37 years, College Hype has been Boston's go-to for high-quality custom apparel. From screen printing to embroidery, they do it all. In-house with unmatched craftsmanship and lightning-fast turnaround. They're your one-stop shop for all your custom apparel. Whether it's for your school, business, or big event, they bring your brand to life with gear that stands out and lasts. Visit collegehype.com to see what the hype is all about. That's collegehype.com. College Hype, making a difference, one t-shirt at a time.
Hey, it's Zoe, and if you've got mold or funky odors creeping around your home or office, don't mess around. Call my guys at Green Home Solutions. They'll restore your air quality safely, and that means healthier air for your kids, your pets, and grandma too. Visit greenhomesolutions.com/Boston to book your free consultation today and tell them Zoe sent you.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
High-scoring affair at the Garden tonight with the Bruins and the Ducks knotted at 3 after 2 periods of play. Goals tonight for Casey Middlestat, Morgan Geekie, and Mason Lohrei on the power play. 15 saves on 18 shots for Jonas Korpisalo. Big news today in sports. The gambling bust today made by federal officials. Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Heat guard Terry Rozier among more than 30 people arrested in connection with an alleged operation that rigged poker games and NBA player props, the league placing Billups and Rozier on leave today. Celtics taking on the Knicks tomorrow night after losing to the Sixers 117-116 last night. Patriots were on the practice field today as they get ready for the Browns on Sunday. Kyle Duggar, a new addition to the injury report with a knee problem. Chargers out to a 14-0 lead on the Vikings in the second, and Game 1 of the World Series set for tomorrow night. The Bruins Loon Mountain Resort 98.5 The Sports Hub have teamed up to offer a skate and ski ticket package for the 2025-26 season. Purchase a $150 ticket to select Bruins games and receive a complimentary lift ticket to Loon Mountain. Head to bostonbruins.com/skate and ski for more information and to buy your tickets while supplies last. I'm Matt McCarthy. RJ and Ken Hodge have the call of the third period. Next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
He roofs it, top shelf. When the Bruins go top shelf, they go Tito's Handmade Vodka. Award-winning and distilled till it's just right. Tito's, the official vodka of the Boston Bruins. Boston Pregames with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Face Off Inside the NHL returns, taking you deeper behind the scenes than ever before. See it all from the star-studded Four Nations Face Off tournament.
Us against the world, boys.
To the adrenaline of the Stanley Cup playoffs.
I'm scared of you guys.
With candid interviews and backstage access, experience the sacrifice, the rivalries, and the determination that define NHL greatness.
Just when I thought last year couldn't be topped, here we are.
A new season of Face Off Inside the NHL. Watch now only on Prime Video.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Do you ever scream at your screen when your 5G internet freezes? It's the worst. So why not switch to Astound? Wi-Fi that just works. With Astound Wi-Fi, you'll rage less, buffer less, and live more. Get Wi-Fi starting at just $25 a month, and for a limited time, get up to a $300 Amazon gift card. Astound Wi-Fi, it just works. Visit astound.com today.
At Meineke, doing car care right means transparency. So Meineke certified technicians perform a free digital e-inspection and send updates with pictures, videos, and notes directly to your phone or email. When you can see what we see, that's Meineke transparency. See for yourself. Visit Meineke.com today and schedule an appointment with a locally owned and operated location. Trust your key with Meineke. Meineke, doing car care right.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Heading to a game at the Garden this season, just take the train to North Station. With commuter rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you can ride with $10 weekends. So don't be late battling traffic and parking. Yuck. Buy tickets from a conductor on board or with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
High slot Krejci. Near circle, Pasternak carries in, backhand, far side, they score! It's Taylor Hall, bottom of the right wing circle, Lohrei down and out, he smacked the goal post. A power play goal by Taylor Hall in overtime, wins it for the Bruins, 4-3.
This date in history taking us back to 2022. Taylor Hall with a goal in overtime added to a pair of assists in that game as the Bruins picked up the win 4-3 over the Minnesota Wild. David Krejci had a pair of assists. David Pasternak a goal and an assist in that game. Hampus Lindholm scored in that game as well. And this date in history is presented by Blue Sky. Remember, if you have a property disaster, visit gobluesky.com. That's goblusky.com. Blue Sky Restoration, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow. Headed to the third period here at TD Garden. Bruins and the Anaheim Ducks are tied at 3. Ryan Johnston joined tonight by former Bruin Kenny Hodge. In for Bob Beers, who's off tonight and Saturday for a family event. And see if the Bruins can find a way to end this 5-game losing streak. They'll finish off this homestand coming up on Saturday afternoon, 3 o'clock start time against the Colorado Avalanche. And then a very busy week next week. We'll be in Ottawa on Monday night, back home here against the Islanders on Tuesday. Buffalo will be here a week from tonight, and the Carolina Hurricanes a week from Saturday. So this is a stretch of 6 out of 7 on home ice. And the Bruins have got to take advantage of that because November is mostly road games.
And win a period, win a hockey game. That's exactly what the Bruins have to think about. Win the period, win this hockey game, and get that 5-game losing streak to be a thing of the past.
They'll get the puck deep here to get things started. Down to our right and thrown toward the net by Jeannot. Biel was floating in front of Mrazek, who has been a busy guy in the first 40 minutes. 32 shots on goal for Boston through 2 periods. Puck sent out to neutral ice. Lohrei is going to back it up here to McAvoy. Charlie to pass to Minton. Lohrei, and now here's Jeannot. Gets around Killorn coming through the neutral ice. Dumps one in off the backboards and off the back of the net. Zellweger steered it around far side. Picked off by Zacha. Here's Viel, far circle. Hands off to a cutting Mittelstadt. Knocked off his stick as he tried to get into shooting position. On the end board, takes a hit from Zellweger. Got knocked down. Gauthier will play it into the middle. And the Ducks will come forward. Gauthier gets the return pass. Steps in across the line just onside, they say. As Killorn gets a long shot in on goal. Squeezed by Korpisalo. No rebound.
And good news for the Bruins. Zadorov is back on the ice to start this period as well. And Pasternak is out as well. Not on the ice right now, but was out there for the start of the period. So good news for the Bruins. We talked about looking to see if those 2 guys are going to be healthy. They look like they're both fine. And back at it again here for the period.
And again, Radko Gudas in the locker room for the rest of the night for Anaheim with a lower body injury. So they've been playing a defenseman short since back in the first period. As puck pushed up ice here from Zacha to Mittelstadt. Mittelstadt had to gather it in. Now gives it back off to Arvidsson, who didn't get a lot on that one-timer. Kicked away by Mrazek, and a penalty coming here against Boston to boot. As the Ducks get the goaltender to the bench and the extra attacker on. As Lacombe will come to his own blue line, drops it off. Brought through the neutral zone by Terry, and as Zadorov came calling for a hit, Terry decided discretion was the better part of valor there and turned the puck over. That brings the whistle for the penalty, and the Bruins will be shorthanded. 1:37 into the third period.
Yeah, Arvidsson's going to get it after that scoring opportunity. The rebound came kicked right back out by Mrazek. Unfortunately, he stuck his stick in the skating of Gauthier. Gauthier goes down a little bit easy, I think. If that was just me. But down he went. Almost like he lost the edge as he was trying to turn up the ice, and unfortunately, Arvidsson's stick was in the same vicinity.
Second power play of the night for Anaheim. They are 1 for their last 15 over a 4-game span.
Is Chris Kreider?
I would say they miss him a little bit. He is certainly a weapon. As Lacombe brings it from behind the Anaheim net. Chased out toward neutral ice by Corrali. Good job by Corrali. Stopped and wouldn't let that delay play happen near the Anaheim blue line. Now they come forward in across the Boston line. Granlund got it down into the corner. Carlson tried to get it in front. Ricocheted off Zadorov toward the net. Corrali trying to shoot it out of the zone. It hits Zadorov and stays deep. Lacombe, center of the blue line. Back over to that right side. Carlson out of the right corner. Centering pass right on the doorstep. Granlund, and Korpisalo is right with him. Now Terry along the near side. Gives to Lacombe, center of the blue line. Terry, top of the left circle. Back to Lacombe. Minute to go on the penalty to Arvidsson. From the far circle, Carlson got it down low. Return pass, and Korpisalo makes the save on a point-blank chance. Terry sends it back over far side. A centering pass, but Toronto couldn't redirect that. Terry steps in left circle, got it across, and they score. It got all the way to that far circle, and Granlund had a wide open net and fires it home for the power play goal. It's 4-3 Anaheim.
Anaheim is able to get to the loose puck because the Bruins have it initially, and they want to ice the puck down the ice. Corrali has it behind the net. Unfortunately, it hits Zadorov. Now the puck stays in the offensive zone. Anaheim moves the puck from left to right, right to left. Terry walks down the slot. You got some tired penalty killers out there. When Terry makes that move around Kastelik, he's trying to make this pass to Vetrano. Vetrano's a lefty. It goes to his right side. He misses it, and it goes all the way across. Easy, wide open net for the open net for the power play goal.
First goal of the season for Mikael Granlund is his 3rd point of the night. And with 3 minutes gone in the 3rd period, Bruins down a goal now. Second time they have trailed this evening. Callahan retrieves a puck in the Boston zone. Down to our left. Jokiharju wrapped it up the near side. Viel swivels it through the neutral zone, giving chase. Minton far side, but it's knocked past him. Johnston hands off along that far side for Seneca. Back behind the Bruins net it comes. Jokiharju takes a hit to move it around near side. Jeannot gives into the middle for Callahan, and he'll skate it out toward his own blue line and now to center ice. Dumps into the right wing corner of the Anaheim end. Zellweger against Jeannot in the near corner. Jeannot able to shove him away from it. Pasternak got it back to Peak. Over to Lohrei. Winds, fires. Saved by Mrazek. Rebound into the far corner. Pasternak with a wraparound on the far post. But Mrazek was there. Loose puck out near the blue line. Minton racing to it, but sliding Zellweger able to poke it out toward center ice. 4 minutes gone in the period. Bruins lose it at the attacking blue line. That gives Vetrano a chance to head the other way. Throws a long backhander toward the net. Korpisalo just scoops that with a glove and hangs on.
Yeah, nice job by the Bruins in the offensive zone to create some opportunities for themselves. And Pasternak jumps on the play to make that opportunity from behind the net. You go back to the penalty kill. Corelli has the puck behind the net. He's trying to shoot the puck off the glass down the ice to get himself off. Now you got an extended shift on the penalty kill, and now you start to run around a little bit, leaving Granlund all by himself in the right slot. He takes his time and puts the puck in the open net, but the Bruins now have to get back to their dump and chase and force the Anaheim in their defensive zone.
Boy, the number of bad bounces that the Bruins have had go against them here in the last few games is uncanny.
The struggling, it seems to happen, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, the goal that goes in, the game-winning goal that goes in off Peak skate, first goal of the night tonight, was deflected in off of Charlie McAvoy's skate. Now that, what looked like it was going to be an easy clear ends up staying in the zone and leads to a goal as it hits Zadorov. He was trying to get out of the way. Anaheim with the puck in their own zone. 15:08 to go here in the 3rd period. Nestorenko finding a little space coming through neutral ice. Chips and chases. Hits off the outside of the net as he tried to center. Kastelik's got it. And the Bruins move up. Kastelik gave it to Asimont. Gave it right back to him. Angles a backhander around behind the net. Near side, and Granlund will push it up ice. And here's Terry. We got another penalty coming against Boston. Terry, high slot, shot blocked, near corner. And McAvoy plays it and takes a hit from Nestorenko after the whistle, and that will gather a big crowd in behind Jonas Korpisalo. Referee Francis Charon blowing his whistle to tell everybody to calm down. But the Bruins are going to go shorthanded here once again with 14:42 to go.
I think McAvoy's going to get an interference call in the neutral zone, and a little bit of frustration there. He tried to take one of the Anaheim Ducks players with him after he takes this interference call.
Boston's down there 73, 2 minutes, interference.
So McAvoy to the box, and the Bruins down 1. Sixth time that McAvoy has taken a minor penalty in 9 games this year.
And the puck is moved, and then he goes and lays out the Duck player. That's a definite interference, unfortunately, for him. I know what he's trying to do. He's trying to step up on that man. And then, as I said, he tried to take another player with him. Unfortunately, he just couldn't do that. Now Anaheim's back to the power play again.
A must kill here for Boston with 14:42 left. Can't fall behind by 2 goals here again in the 3rd period. Carlson wins the faceoff. Lacombe from the left point walks it to the center of the blue line. Pressured by Corrales. Gives to Granlund now center blue line. High slot. Shot goes up over the net. Zadorov in behind the net. Got a stick on it. But it comes to Terry. Back to Granlund, who's out of the left point. Terry, top of the left circle. Steps toward the dot. Knocked off his stick briefly by Peak. And then the pass back to Lacombe explodes out of the zone. 1:34 to go in the McAvoy penalty. Lacombe comes to center ice, turns, deals off for Carlson. Terry Moves in across the Boston line. He'll set up for Lacombe, center of the blue line. Vetrano on the left circle. Had trouble handling it at first. Now backs it up for Lacombe. Over to the far side once again. And whipped back across again for Lacombe. Vetrano, left circle. Lacombe at the point. Back to Terry along the hash marks near side. Takes a look around. Gives it to Lacombe at the top of the circle. Back over to that far side. Granlund pushed it toward the corner. Back up top for Lacombe. Back to Terry. One-timer. And that one getting to Korpisalo. Sticked it away. Lacombe, center blue line. And Elias Lindholm forces a turnover. He's got Jeannot coming out of the zone. And are going to dump it into the Anaheim zone and get a fresh penalty killing unit out there with 42 seconds left on the McAvoy infraction.
Nice job by Lindholm forcing the play at the offensive blue line of Anaheim. Gets that puck. Unfortunately, he's at the end of the shift and he's trying to get that puck down the ice.
Gauthier skating down toward the near corner. Callahan reversed it back around toward the near side. Killorn will hold it, but then got it to the blue line. Zellweger couldn't keep it in and sent it back in offside, and it hit Seneca in the skate. Draws the whistle with 21 seconds left on the Anaheim power play. 13:02 to go here in the third period. Faceoff will come all the way back down in the Duck zone.
Yeah, intentional, right? Seneca does it. Tries to pretend he wasn't trying to keep that puck in. He kicked it off Callahan's stick. And the linesman said, hey, no, that's not how this works. And all the way down the defensive zone. This is going to kill off some valuable time on this power play. You talked about how important this was for the Bruins to kill it off. That helps.
Zellweger pivots in behind the Ducks net with the puck. 13 to go on the power play as they come through neutral ice. And it's picked off by Minten, who's got a shorthanded breakaway. Minten moving into his backhand, and the puck rolled off his stick as he was bothered from behind by Zellweger.
Love the idea. Unfortunately, as you mentioned, Ryan, just went off his stick as he went to make that move. He's a left-handed shooter, or right-handed shooter, I should say. Left-handed shooter, I should say. Trying to get to the backhand, and as he's going to the backhand, the puck just rolls just ever so slightly away from him, and he's unable to get that. He had a little bit daylight there, just couldn't get control of that puck on that breakaway.
Anaheim got whistled for an icing here, so the Bruins back to full strength with 12:39 to play, down by a goal, going to face off in the offensive zone. Elias Lindholm will take that against McTavish. Puck in there, skates, kick back toward the point. It'll come out of the zone, and Lohrei gathers it from the red line and dumps it back in. Around the near side boards. Ducks looking to clear again up the far side. Lohrei bothering Colangelo over by the Anaheim bench. Ducks with possession in their own end. Long pass ahead on the far side. It's Palin trying to get it into the middle. Lohrei got a piece of that. It comes right to the front of the net, and Colangelo from point blank able to one-time it in. It's 5-3 Anaheim.
Both the Bruins defensemen go towards the puck, and unfortunately for the Bruins defenseman, the puck goes up in the air off of Lohrei's stick. Nothing he can do about this. Right to Colangelo, who's all by himself in front of Korpisalo. Nothing Korpisalo can do about this. Colangelo one-times his puck right into the open net. And just a tough break for the Bruins again, as Lohrei does exactly what you're supposed to do. Unfortunately, his stick goes up in the air, up over McAvoy's head, helmet, and into the back of the net. Looks like the Bruins may be calling a quick timeout. Nope.
They're just taking their time maybe taking a look to see if there was anything reviewable there. So Sam Colangelo, the Stoneham native who once played for the junior Bruins, played at Lawrence Academy and at Northeastern, gets a goal here in his homecoming. And it's 5-3 Anaheim, approaching 12 minutes to play here in the third period. Peak will send an outlet pass up the near side, and that's going to go deep into Anaheim territory. Mrazek will come out of the net to play it. Granlund will move it out into neutral ice, gets a return pass and carries into the Boston zone. Trying to get around Zadorov, who stays with him. Sets it up to the far circle. One-time attempt by Terry, hit the outside of the net. Nesterenko got it back to the point. Long shot with traffic in front. Korpisalo got enough of that. Peak will steer it up the near side and out. But Lacombe's got it here for the Ducks with 11:25 to play. Carlson coming to the red line. Off the near boards, Killorn gets it deep. Callahan tried to reverse it near side. Zaka will backhand a floater into neutral ice, bouncing down to Middlestat. Middlestat pulls up just shy of the blue line and sends it into the far corner. Arvidsson giving chase. Around the near side, helped out of the zone by Killorn. Callahan in the near circle. Pass to Zaka, now to Arvidsson. Deals off left side, Middlestat. Pulls up just inside the blue line. Arvidsson trying to send one through the slot. It ricochets toward the net. And Mrazek scoops up the short hopper with the glove. And we'll take a timeout with 10:50 remaining here in the third period. Anaheim has opened up a 5-3 lead here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Luca, Bella, I'm sure you've noticed some changes.
Who are you talking to?
I'm just practicing for when I have to tell the dogs about the twins. You know, because they'll...
Be fine in the spacious third row seat.
But the twins...
Can sleep peacefully thanks to the rear manual sunshade.
And what about the...
Extra cargo space for strollers and dog beds?
I guess you're right.
Can we go to the hospital now? The contractions are getting closer.
The 3-row Lexus TX, because everyone should feel like the center of the universe. Click the banner to discover more. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
The Greater Boston Sports Collector Show is back October 31st through November 2nd at Shriners Auditorium. Meet over 30 sports legends plus over 300 sports memorabilia dealers. Go to gbscconvention.com.
Every day feels like game day at the Haven, the Ridge Club, and Ipswich Country Club. Championship golf, rackets, swimming, and fun for everyone. Plus, with X-Life, enjoy over 150 clubs nationwide. Visit invitedclubs.com today.
Hey, it's Beetle from my dealership, 495 Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram in Lowell, where you'll save thousands on all new Ram light duty, heavy duty, and ProMaster vans. Or choose the lowest lease payments of the year on all Ram trucks. Visit 495ram.com.
Hey, Ryan Williams here with 128 Plumbing, Heat, and Cooling and Electric, home of Finish Strong Friday. And at 128, we are proud to be local and independently owned since 1992. And this year, we're excited to announce that we are now certified Evergreen, which is a certification that speaks to long-term commitment and remaining privately held, with a focus on people over short-term profits and exits. Learn more on our website or social media at call128.com.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Fans, hockey season's the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers. 10:50 to go, third period. Bruins find themselves down 5-3. Ryan Johnston joined tonight by Kenny Hodge in for Bob Beers. As a face-off one back toward Lohrei, but his shot attempt gets blocked off of Seneca and goes floating over the glass out of play.
We talked about the breaks on Tuesday night. Goes off peak and in the back of the net. Well, there's an opportunity. Minton has a breakaway. He loses the puck off his stick, and then you get Lohrei doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Take the play away, and the puck goes bounces in the air, and Angel scores a goal.
McAvoy throws one to the net. Tipped wide by Mrazek. Puck will get cleared up the far wall, and Lohrei will come back to get it. Gives over to McAvoy from the near side of his own blue line. Puck deflects off of Minton right to Viel. Minton backhands behind the net. Jeannot reverses it back in there. Viel gets body position going into the near corner. A little reverse hit there. Knocked down Minchikov. Puck comes back down toward the corner. Minchikov plays it and gets a good old-fashioned hit from Viel to boot. McTavish going to dump it around the glass in the Bruins zone. Lohrei wins the battle in the far corner. McAvoy sends it toward Viel. He'll skate it out to center ice and cuts back to the right wing side. Plays it around with Combe toward the corner. Hellison right there. But Viel on the forecheck able to win it back. But had no one to pass it to as the Bruins were trying to get some changes on. And we get a whistle. Puck was touched with a high stick.
Oh, good job by Viel to get on the forecheck. But unfortunately, as you mentioned, everyone was going for a line change.
Timeout with 9:48 to play here in the third period. Anaheim 5, Bruins 3 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden. From pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins.
So I'm running late for a hugely important meeting. Of course, traffic is bad. And then I got rear-ended. The timing was inconvenient. But I have to say, safety insurance made the claims process unbelievably convenient. I simply uploaded pics of my car. The claims adjuster sent me back an estimate. I even got the money to cover the repair digitally. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms conveniently.
Hurry into DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, layered with flavor from top to bottom and everywhere in between. Try them today. Now available in new sweet chili or honey barbecue. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Mason Lohrai's power play goal in the second period is tonight's electric play delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to GCEnighttrain.com to order. Just under a half a period left. Bruins trailing 5-3 to Anaheim here on home ice. Need to come back to try to avoid their 6th straight loss. Puck will come around the Bruins zone. Pasternak clears it to center ice, but taken away there by Lacombe. Ducks will get it right back deep as Colangelo wraps it toward the near side. Pasternak reversed it behind the net, slipped away from Callahan. Callahan stays with it, though, and able to knock it away from Colangelo and get it back out of the zone. Boston just one shot on goal. Anaheim with 9 through the first half of this period. Now the Ducks are going to get whistled for icing on an errant pass.
And this is when you need your top line to kind of set the tone, right? I know they're going off for a line change, but you really want that line to get something going on the bench, get some opportunities, get some scoring chances. Let's see what happens on this offensive zone faceoff, as well as the fourth line seems to jump out for the Bruins here with Corrali on the faceoff. Get something going, get the bench back up and going.
Face off to Mrazek's right. That line has contributed a goal from Geekie tonight. 8 shots on goal total, 4 of them for Pasternak. As Peak will play it around behind the Anaheim net. Kastelik into the far corner, try to pivot away from Hellison. Puck brought toward the near side by Asimont. Back to Peak, over to Zadorov. Long shot, blocked by Lacombe, who will carry it out all the way to the red line. And then takes an open ice hit. Gets knocked to the ice by Zadorov. Puck around towards Zadorov, far side. Able to hold off Nestorenko. Puck forced back a little deeper, though. Both teams getting some changes on. 8.5 minutes to play. Peak steps out from behind the Bruins net. Harassed from behind by Nestorenko. Forced a turnover. Carlson gave it to Killorn. Back to Carlson. And Korpisalo keeps the Bruins in with a save there.
He's made some really good saves tonight. I know he's given up 5 goals, but he's made some really timely saves. There's an example of a great save on a turnover by the Bruins again in the defensive zone.
Middlestat hands to a cutting Arvidsson, moving toward the high slot. Couldn't quite get that puck to settle. Knocked it out of the air and in. And the referee waving his arms, saying it was batted in with a hand. And this is not going to count, as now the officials are going to put their heads together and talk about it. Bruins thought they had cut this to 1. Yeah, Arvidsson kind of reached up with the hand and the stick and looked like he fist bumped that puck out of the air into the net.
He's claiming it hit his stick, and it's probably going to go to replay, I think.
Well, the problem is,
there's no goal on the play. It was batted into the net.
if he hit it with his stick, it would have been a high stick anyway.
Correct. Yep, that's exactly right.
So McAvoy and Alex Killorn are chatting with referee right now, but yeah, from the replay, it looks like it hits glove. But as I said, it's about at eye level, so it's going to be a high stick, even if he got it with the stick.
Yeah, that doesn't even seem like they're even looking at this, does it? I mean, all the goals are reviewed up in Toronto, right? I mean, it doesn't even look like they're even reviewing this. But I think you mentioned, right? I think it was either a high stick or a glove.
Good hand-eye coordination either way. The Bruins denied a chance to get it back to a 5-4 game with 8:06 to go. Face-off will be outside the Anaheim blue line. Minton wins that. Lohrei will send it deep. Around the back of the net, it comes to the near side. Minton puts a shoulder into Zellweger. Near circle. Ducks get it, but an outlet pass too far for McTavish, and that will wind up an icing here against Anaheim.
Interesting to see. Pasternak is on a different line right now. He's out with, is it Minton and
Jeannot.
Jeannot, right? So maybe trying to get Pasternak more ice time here in the third period, trailing by 2 goals.
Well, this has been Viel's spot on this line tonight. So he was bumped up to play with Minton and Jeannot this evening. Asimont playing with Corrali and Kastelik. This has been normally his line for much of this season so far. A face-off near far circle to our right. And the Ducks able to control that one. Lohrei at the far point to hold in, but then batted out of the zone by McTavish. Pasternak's got it near the red line. Turns it back up ice. McAvoy pass left side. Overshot Minton a bit. Loose along the far side of the blue line. It'll be pushed out towards center ice. McTavish back to the right side. Seneca tried to stop over there. Gets corralled along the boards by Lohrei. And the puck will come back out towards center. Zellweger backing toward his own zone here for Anaheim. 7:15 to play. Ducks leading by 2. Hailing. Pass through neutral ice. Colangelo cutting toward the left circle. Couldn't get around Jokiharju. Behind the net. Jokiharju with a puck. Deflected as he tried to play it around the boards. It'll come out toward neutral ice. Geekie couldn't reach it. Back toward the Boston zone it comes, and Zadorov. Pass into the middle for Elias Lindholm. Long pass up the left side. It's Asimont. He'll angle it off the boards, and Colangelo shoots it back through neutral.
He's taking the spot of Pasternak on this line.
Right. So kind of everything's either off here or Marco Sturm is trying something a little different. Lindholm finds a free puck at center ice. Carries it into the zone. Left circle. Geekie plays around Nestorenko. Back to Callahan at the left point with a shot kicked out in front. Comes back to Peak at the blue line. Winds it down along the end boards. Both Lindholm and Geekie digging in there for it against a pair of Ducks. 6:15 to play. Off the back of the net. Asimont trying to tuck it in near post. Mrazek made at least one save there. Peak centers it across. Asimont from the far circle. Harassed by Granlund. Puck got shot wide. Peak tried to center it for Lindholm. That was broken up. Peak's got it back now on the left circle. All the way across. Geekie off of Karam. Throws one in from a wide angle, and the save made by Mrazek. Callahan down to the hash marks far side against Granlund. 5:45 to play. And the puck will be pushed back out to neutral ice. Picked up there by Kastelik. Right back in he comes. Kastelik trying to split the defense. And the puck gets shot up over the glass out of play. And that should bring a penalty, should it not? Oh, yes, it will. Zellweger's on his way into the box. Bruins will have a power play when we come back. Trailing 5-3, 5:36 to go on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. But try picking your fave from all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smarter with high-tech features and excellent reliability. Check out the Honda Civic, Accord, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic or a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season to help score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Fans, stay connected to the Bruins all season. Get the latest news, team updates, ticket offers, and exclusive promotions straight to your inbox. Sign up for the official Boston Bruins newsletter at bostonbruins.com/newsletter today. 5:36 to play. Anaheim leads 5-3. Bruins to the power play. It's Cutter Gauthier who goes off for delay of game, shooting the puck over the glass. And we'll see if Boston can cut into the lead here. Pastrnak gets it back to McAvoy. Pastrnak standing out of the right point. Shot, scores! Took just 7 seconds on the power play. Pastrnak cuts it back to 5-4.
Offensive zone face-off win, back to the point. Nice job by McAvoy to move the puck to his left. Now it moves the box as well to the left. He brings the puck back to the right, where Pastrnak is standing all by himself. Gets the shot through with traffic in front. Mrazek, I don't think, sees this one as he goes back to his right side. Big goal for the Bruins, getting right back in the game with 5.5 left in this period.
Bruins power play 2 for 2. And it's a 5-4 game with still 5:28 to play for David Pastrnak. A 2-point night, his 5th goal of the season. The 396th goal of his career. He is just 6 behind Rick Middleton for 5th all time. So the Ducks will try to answer again here as a centering pass poked out from in front of the net by Geekie. Pastrnak with a hit along the far boards. It'll rattle around the near side. Zadorov picks it up on the fly. Comes all the way in across the line with numbers. Centering pass. Score! Geekie! And we are tied at 5.
What a skate by Zadorov through the neutral zone. No one picks him up. He's allowed to skate right between the two defensemen. And a great backhand pass to Geekie. Geekie one time just won before Mrazek's able to get back to the blocker side. And just like that, Bruins were in big trouble for a while there. And all of a sudden now this game is tied 5-5. Plenty of time left in this hockey game.
25 seconds apart. Pastrnak and Geekie even it up. 5-5 with 5 minutes and 3 seconds to go.
Zadorov with a great skate though, Ryan, right through the neutral zone. He's able to back everybody off. He's able to sneak right between the two defensemen to make a really nice pass to Geekie.
When he gets going up ice, he is an absolute freight train. Bedlam here at TD Garden. Joe Quenneville trying to settle his guys down here after a 2-goal lead evaporates in short order. So now it's an even game once again. McAvoy goes back to retrieve a puck in the Bruins zone. Sent it around the far side. Terry took away. It'll ricochet across ice. Thrown back toward the net by Zellweger. And Karam's into the far corner. Along the near side wall, they battle for possession. Puck brought free by Granlund, back toward the blue line. Back down the near circle. Nestorenko out of the corner. Centers right on the doorstep, they score. Terry was all by himself in front of Korpisalo. And Anaheim jumps right back in front, 6-5.
Wow. How does Terry get all by himself in front of Korpisalo? I'm not sure how this happens, but good job by Anaheim to keep the puck in at the left point. Puck goes down low. 2 Bruins go to the puck carrier in the corner, leaving Terry all by himself. Takes his time. Korpisalo makes the initial move. He goes up over the glove into the top of the net. And all the goodwill that the Bruins had in those 2 quick goals in 25 seconds, now they're chasing again.
4:33 left. They come from 2 goals down, tie the game, fall right back behind. Shades of Tuesday night against Florida in the 3rd period. See if they can answer back again. Zadorov's pass through the neutral zone gets tipped. Trouba's got it with 4:18 to play. Zellweger from center ice will dump one in. Jokiharju behind the net, finds Zadorov. Middlestat, far circle, moves it into the middle. Taken away by Carlson. Bruins able to survive that as it comes out to center ice. Arvidsson hands off to Middlestat. Back to Arvidsson across the line. Down the left wing circle. Centered for Zacha. Tip. Hit the outside of the far post. Arvidsson in the far corner. Keeps it moving. Back to Jokiharju with the point. His shot is blocked by Trouba. Played it to the far wall, but it was deflected. Middlestat will keep in. Then he's ridden off the puck by Carlson. And the Ducks will clear. Dump in by Killorn as Anaheim changes.
Zacha almost tied that puck, this game up with that little harmless shot that got tipped by Zacha. Hit the outside of the right post.
Pasternak to the red line. They get it deep. Killorn, or rather Hellison, will wrap to the far side. Comes free to Lindholm. Across the peak, near circle shot. Mrazek the save. Rebound was there for a second, but gets cleared. And will go for an Anaheim icing. Whistle comes with 3:14 to play.
Broken play in the offensive zone gives the opportunity for Peak. Peak walks down that right point position, gets the scoring opportunity off. Mrazek is forced to make a save. A rebound was there. Unfortunately for the Bruins, they weren't able to get to that rebound, but good job by the Bruins to forecheck that puck, get the loose puck back to the point man, find the open man.
Elias Lindholm takes a face-off in the offensive zone. Ducks are going to win that. Gets volleyed over the head of Lohrei, and that's going to go for another icing. So it was Pasternak on the power play from McAvoy and Elias Lindholm at 14:32. Then Geekie from Zadorov and Lindholm at 14:57 to tie the game. And then it was 30 seconds later that Troy Terry scores from Nestorenko and Granlund. That's a 4-point night for Mikhail Granlund. And it's a 6-5 lead for Anaheim.
Why the two Bruins went to him. He was all by himself in the corner. He's not going to score from there, I hope. I mean, if not, Korpisalo won't be playing very long. And unfortunately, the Bruins left Terry all by himself in that slot area.
False start on the face-off. They're going to do it again here with 3:06 to play. Lindholm wins it cleanly. Back to McAvoy at the center blue line. And now we get a whistle. What are we doing here, guys? Bruins win that face-off cleanly. Looks like there may have been a clock issue. I don't know. But the play was on and the clock was running. And they blow it dead.
That's the only thing I can think of, right? Could be the clock, because it looks like the referee is pointing to the clock. And
so I think that when they dropped the puck initially and then blew it dead, I think a second had ticked off, and perhaps it had not been properly reset. Yeah, now they reset it to 3:07. So they had an issue the other night in the final 30 seconds. The clock wasn't even operational. They had to keep it on stopwatch. Geekie will push one behind the net. McAvoy, he got wiped out coming into the near corner. Gets up all right. Still battling for possession against Johnston as the puck sent around behind the net. Off the far wall, Lohrei kicked it back toward his stick. Loose near the blue line. And Johnston going to come away with it and get it into the Boston zone as Anaheim changes with 2:40 to play. Jokiharju finds Pasternak. Right side is Zacha. Off the near wall, Pasternak fires just wide on the glove side. Zadorov throws it back to the net, scooped up by Mrazek, and he hangs on with 2:27 to go.
Yeah, get pucks going forward, exactly what Pasternak does. Gets that puck going forward, hits that kick plate, comes all the way back to the left point position. Zadorov gets that puck. Get the puck towards the net, because that's where you get the best chance to get more rebounds, and that's exactly what Zadorov does. And the Bruins look like they're going to call their quick timeout, wondering when they're going to pull Korpisalo here.
Yeah, typically it's around 2 minutes. So 2:27 left. They will gather around Steve's spot over by the Bruins bench and try to draw something up.
I almost wonder if you want, with an offensive zone faceoff, to get the extra man out there to get to a loose puck. It's usually what some teams like to do: get that loose puck, get puck possession in that offensive zone. But you know, or do you wait to the goalie to get the puck before you pull the goaltender? I like pulling the goalie in this situation myself, but that's why I'm up here.
Still learning, new head coach is still learning the tendencies of Marco Sturm. You know, there was, I think, in Utah the other night, it was a little longer before they were able to get the goaltender pulled.
Oh, looks like they pulled them. They got 6 guys.
Korpisalo is going to stay at the bench here with 2:27 to go. They've got 6 attackers out there. So he takes a seat, and the Bruins will go for it right here. McAvoy to Pasternak at the top of the left circle. Shot, hit a leg, went wide. Trouba got the block there. At the back of the net, Geekie backhands it up the near wall. Zacha keeps it alive toward Lindholm. Chopped off his stick. His stick got knocked out of his hands. And now moving up through neutral ice, Granlund gets hooked by McAvoy, fights it off, and shoots it into the empty net past the lunging Pasternak. And Anaheim makes it 7-5.
Oh, exactly what the Bruins wanted. They got that extra man. They got puck possession, but they never really could get a solid shot attempt onto Mrazek. Puck was flipped around the boards. They Anaheim, to their credit, won the loose puck battle, and give Granlund a little credit. Got hooked, got through it, put the puck in the open net for his second goal of the game. 4 points on the night for Granlund.
That's 5 now.
Wow.
The 2 goals and 3 assists for Mikael Granlund as he makes it a 2-goal game once again with 2:08 left. Puck shot toward the near side boards in the neutral ice. Asamont will get it deep. What a third period this has been. Bruins came from 2 goals down, only to fall 2 goals down again. Puck sent behind the net. Minton in the far corner. Laid up the far boards and out. DeLorme got it across ice. Jokiharju to Zadorov near the Boston blue line. Nikita going to drag it back toward the Anaheim zone. Sends a pass off left side. Asamont, wide angle shot. Mrazek paddles it toward the far corner. Gauthier will lift it out toward the blue line. Zadorov trying to knock it out of the air with a stick. Now Asamont pushed it back in across the line, but taken away by Gauthier. Rink wide it comes to Lacombe. From the red line, dumps in all the way around to the far side. Zadorov tapped it off the boards, but it's taken at the blue line and kept in. Nestorenko with a shot. Tip just wide off of Terry in front. Minute 5 to play. Bruins clear it down into the Anaheim zone, but Boston going for a change. Minchikov in no particular hurry as the Ducks start out of their zone. Granlund to center ice. Floats one toward the Boston line. Cut off there by Kastelik. But the Bruins running short on time. 45 seconds to play. Callahan's pass redirected through the neutral zone. Minchikov circles back behind the Ducks net. Peak shot one from the blue line. Forced up and over the net by Mrazek. 30 seconds left. Nestorenko clears into the Boston zone, courtesy of Colangelo. Callahan will pass it back out toward center ice. Corrali tried to get it to Kastelik. VL took a little run at Paling on the far side. Paling turned around and checked the number on that. And that will do it as Anaheim will settle in behind their net with the puck. They were able to fend off a Bruins comeback in the third period. Boston got it tied, but Anaheim puts up 7 tonight and wins it 7-5 as Boston falls for the 6th straight game. We'll be back with a recap from TD Garden next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline, 2026 Passport, or 2026 CR-V. Hurry into your Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
Poor Diana in accounting. She fell for an email phishing scam. Computers shut down. And people freaked out. especially about getting paid.
Hey!
Fortunately, the company had cyber risk coverage from Safety Insurance. Safety covered the cost of systems and data restoration, business income-related losses, and more. Don't let one human error shut down your business. Ask an independent.
TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at TimberTech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit GoBLUSky.com and your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
Do you ever scream at your screen when your 5G internet freezes? It's the worst. So why not switch to Astound? Wi-Fi that just works.
Get back. I mean, I know the Bruins got 2 goals in 25 seconds, but you're still chasing. You're chasing the game. And and they just didn't. They had it. They had it at 5-5. Now the building's up. The bench was up. You make a defensive mistake in your own zone, and you leave Terry all by himself in front of the net, and it's just a no-no, right? You can't have 2 guys chasing in the corner and leaving the goal scorer right in front. And Korpisalo gives up 6 goals because they open netter. You can't really fault them on any goals they gave up tonight, and he's probably going to be frustrated because he got up 6 goals.
Well, I mean, you look at, and that's happened a number of times this year where Jeremy Swayman, he gave up 6 goals against Vegas and certainly wasn't anywhere near.
You gave up 30 as well.
Right.
So you got 41 shots, but you still gave up 30 shots. That's a lot. That tells you, 2 teams that don't see each other a lot. It's wide open. It's freewheeling. Wasn't a lot of, a couple penalties here and there, but not a lot of, it didn't seem like a tough, tight checking hockey game tonight, right? Kind of like the Florida game was the other night. It was a little bit tight checking. There wasn't a lot of room out there. A ton of room out there for both teams. Both teams took advantage of opportunities. Unfortunately for the Bruins, they just didn't get enough of those.
Every day feels like game day at the Haven, the Ridge Club, and Ipswich Country Club. Championship golf, rackets, swimming, and fun for everyone. Plus, with X-Life, enjoy over 150 clubs nationwide. Visit invitedclubs.com today.
Hey, it's Zone. If you're settling in for the game, and whoa, that basement smells like you hit a blitzing linebacker, you've got mold, and that's when you bring in the best offensive line. Chris and his team at Green Home Solutions, they use all natural enzymes that block mold at the root, no harsh chemicals, no tearing up walls. They'll have your basement back to game shape in less than a day. Call Chris and his team at 1-800-SOLUTIONS. That's 1-800-SOLUTIONS, and make sure to tell them Zoe sent you.
With gear that stands out and lasts. Visit collegehype.com to see what the hype is all about. That's collegehype.com. College Hype, making a difference, one t-shirt at a time.
Mice scurrying around in the basement, spiders crawling in the shower, stink bugs creeping on every window. Fall in New England means that pests move in. Unless you call Burgess Pest, my go-to for pest control. Local, fast, almost 100 years of proven results. BurgessPest.com. Built for New England, built to stop pests.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Tonight as he starts to heat up, which could spell bad news for the rest of the league. And the #1 star of the night, 2 goals, 3 assists, 5 points for the Ducks, Mikael Granlund. Terry sends it back over far side, a centering pass. Vetrano couldn't redirect that. Terry steps in left circle, got it across, and they score. It got all the way to that far circle, and Granlund had a wide open net and fires it home for the power play goal. It's 4-3 Anaheim. Yeah, so he had the Emp Ducks ended up with 4 assists tonight, and there were some big numbers put up tonight. Jacob Trouba, Troy Terry, each with a goal and an assist as well for Anaheim. Jonas Korpisalo is going to take the loss, stopped 23 out of 29 tonight, but was actually pretty good. He falls to 1-3 on the season. Peter Mrazek looked shaky in the early going of this one, ended up facing 41 Bruins shots and stopped 36 of them. 2 victories in 2 starts this year. He has given up a total of 11 goals in those 2 games and somehow has come out of them 2-0 because his offense has put up 7 goals in each of those games.
39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Bruins Hockey is a presentation of the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. From the Telfair Tire Studios, WBCFM and HD1. It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray for Boston. Boston sports fans, it's 98.5, the Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines.
Bruins have lost 6 in a row. Anaheim 7, Boston 5, the final tonight from TD Garden. The Bees erased a 2-goal lead to tie the game in the third period.
They were able to fend off a Bruins comeback in the third period. Boston got it tied, but Anaheim puts up 7 tonight and wins it 7-5 as Boston falls for the 6th straight game.
This one's for my 90s kids out there. Skaz, you might be a little too young for this. Do you remember the Nickelodeon show Rocket Power?
Of course, yes.
Remember the little girl, and I don't remember her name. She would get very upset at things. And she would scream, whatever this thing is, whatever she was. So it's hard for me to keep track. What do we have here? 32 seconds after the Bruins tied it up 5-5, they get 2 goals. And 32 seconds later, Charlie McAvoy leaves his man off to no man's land, off to La La Land, wherever the hell he was going. Troy Terry scores. Basically, game over. You're not kidding about that, Skaz. I think it was 3 times tonight. And I don't know what tweet you're referencing here from Ty. I think it was 3 times tonight where the Bruins gave up a goal within a minute of scoring. I'd have to look it up. But it was a lot. Because, again, they gave up 7. 7 goals tonight. And they lose for the 6th straight game. It's getting worse by the night, folks. I don't know what to tell you. They're a mess. An absolute mess. I don't know where you want to start, but you're welcome to. Wherever it is it the defense? Is it the goaltending? I don't think it's the coach. The team stinks. I don't know what Marco Sturm does, but that's not his fault. What would anybody do with this team? Let's play a game, Skaz. Name a Bruin. And you can't name David Pastrnak, Jeremy Swayman, or Charlie McAvoy. Name a Bruin.
Casey Middlestat.